10. Carolina wearing their traveling white uniforms, all white. White jerseys, white pants, the teal piping. They send Fozzie Whitaker, their change of pace, smaller back in the end zone along with Joe Webb. Remember him as a quarterback with the Vikings. They converted him to wide receiver, and he's technically their third quarterback. We're underway from Oakland. I know you'll enjoy it. And Janikowski will sky one deep, 8 yards deep for a touchback. And Cam Newton and the Panthers will go 1st and 10 on their 25-yard line. And here he comes. Cam Newton, the NFL MVP a year ago, 35 touchdown passes. He had 10 more rushing touchdowns a year ago. His numbers this year not nearly as good, 11 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, only 4 rushing touchdowns this year, but he is a threat to throw it and run it. 47 rushing touchdowns, the most of any quarterback, more than Steve Young or Cordell Stewart in the history of the league. He goes into a shotgun with Jonathan Stewart to his right. He always pauses, closes his eyes, says a prayer, and brings his hands up to his mouth. Now they empty the backfield. Stewart goes right slot, picked up by the looking linebacker Corey James, and Newton throws, caught by Ted Ginn Jr. will be tackled immediately by DJ Hayden after a gain of only 3. Carolina offensive line, Mike Remmers, the embattled left tackle who got destroyed by Von Miller in the Super Bowl last year, starts at left tackle. Michael Orr of the blindside fame on IR with a concussion out the remainder of the year. Andrew Norwell, the left guard. Ryan Khalil, the 5-time Pro Bowl center's down, so Gino Gradkowski starts at center. Trey Turner, the right guard, and Darrell Williams, a young player, at right tackle. They bring in Philly Brown. He is a fast player. They put Newton in the gun. They have Stewart to his right and Olsen directly ahead. They fake the end around again. They give it to Stewart slanting left, and big Jonathan Stewart will push the pile across the 30 up to around the 33-yard line. Coach, that'll bring up a 3rd down and short. Mike Shula, Don Shula's son, is the 4th-year offensive coordinator with the Panthers. They do more misdirection in the running game than any team in football. They'll give you the ghost motion with Ginn all day, and Cam can pull it. It's a complicated running game. And they have set up themselves a 3rd down and 3 on their own 32. Cam in the gun with 3 receivers going right. Greg Olsen is in the middle of the 3 side. Benjamin left. Throw, and a bad one behind Ted Ginn Jr. as Cam Newton, highly inaccurate this year, Tom, missed badly there on the end cut to Ginn Jr. on 3rd down. He threw it way behind him.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was miscommunication. Maybe Ginn was supposed to hook up, but whatever it was, that ball sailed on him, and it could have been Khalil Mack zeroing in on him.
Yeah, he got a little pressure on him, Link. Khalil Mack pressured Cam Newton on the first 3rd down today. Michael Pilardi, who was in the Raider training camp in 2014, taking over for Andy Lee, who went on IR with a hamstring injury, his 2nd NFL game. Left-footed punter. Jalen Richard will come up, lets it bounce, and it bounces by him, and they will cover it up. Colin Jones, their safety, will cover it. A flag is down as Jalen Richard was fooled by, first of all, the left-footed spin, and it was not a real deep punt by Pilardi, who averaged 47 yards a kick in his first NFL game 10 nights ago at home against New Orleans. Jerome Boger, our referee.
Receiving team, number 32.
It's on the Raiders.
10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. Oakland keeps the ball. 1st down.
Antonio Hamilton, the backup defensive back, called for the hold. Raiders only had 4 penalties on Monday night in Mexico City. Of course, they are the most penalized team in football. They averaged nearly 11 going into the game last week. So the Raiders go 1st and 10 now on their 16-yard line. The left tackle is Donald Penn, playing at his 151st consecutive game today. Coleccio Semi at left guard, Rodney Hudson at center, Gabe Jackson right guard, and Austin Howard at right tackle. Menelik Watson will open the game as the Raider extra lineman. The Raiders bring in Seth Roberts, go 3 wides to open. Derek will run wide. Latavius Murray, a cutback run, gets off a 1 hit, and then he's dropped at around the 18-yard line. Tackled there by Thomas Davis, their weak side linebacker. Of course, their minus the great Luke Kuechly. The Raiders link do not have Denver Kirkland active today, so Menelik Watson, who played really well late in the game blocking Clowney, will be the Raiders' 6th lineman, 3rd offensive tackle today.
And on that last play, Carolina slanted to the sideline, and it was a really wide stretch play. I haven't seen that action out of the backfield yet.
I thought the Raiders got that. Murray got more than just a yard. It's 2nd and 9. Carr in the gun, bunch right, a quick check down to Murray, left flat, and he's hemmed in by their corner and their safety, Trey Boston, who will hammer you. Great big hitter from the deep secondary, Tom. They got to hand him in and out there along with Darryl Worley, one of their young corners. as they just tried to use the width of the field early in the game today. Carolina's stout in the middle of their defensive front, and the Raiders tried to run wide early with Murray, and that time a quick check down left flat, trying to use the width of the field today.
I would be surprised if the Raiders didn't pick on those two rookie corners. That's one area that they have to challenge.
James Bradbury, one corner. Darrell Worley. They're both rookies, second and third round, respectively, taken in last April's draft. Carr on third down throws. It's caught. A first down for Amari Cooper on the in-cut out across the 30, up to around the 33-yard line as he beat Darrell Worley, their round 3 draft pick out of West Virginia, where he played with a Raider rookie, Carl Joseph. Good quick drop, Tom. This team has 30 quarterback sacks on the year. They're minus their top sacker, Mario Addison, but on third down, Derek got the ball out real fast there.
Yeah, you're going to have to do that against this bunch because they do put pressure on the quarterback, and that was just a simple slant on the outside corner, Worley.
First and 10 Raiders on their 33 lineup. Clive Walford in the fullback position. Will he motion out here? He's staying there a long time. He does not. They give it to Jalen Richard coming right behind the pulling Kelechi Osemele. And the safety, Kurt Coleman, makes the tackle. Again, a complicated run play link. I don't think I've seen Clive Walford line up in the fullback spot and stay there. They put him there and then motioned him right or left wing. But that time, he ran it like a true lead blocking fullback there.
And it was almost a little bit of a counteraction the way Derek came out. He started right and then switched back left to hand the ball off to Richard. So we're seeing a lot of complication, a lot of action in the backfield to try to keep this run defense on its heels.
DeAndre Washington inactive today. He's not hurt. It's just all the bodies they got to have on defense. They didn't have enough for the running backs. Tywan Jones is now in. He will motion out. It is 2nd and 7. He goes wide left. So the Raiders go empty. 2 receivers left and 3 right. Here's Carr back, crossing route. Michael Rivera. He's got the catch to around the 40-yard line. Their middle linebacker, A.J. Klein, who was playing for the brilliant Luke Kuechly, made the tackle there on a gain of 5 yards. Those of you listening to Atlanta's 38-19 win in Atlanta today. What's happened to Arizona this year? Welcome to Oakland. Greg Papa, Tom Flores here along with Lincoln Kennedy on the Raiders sideline. With Atlanta winning, they're now 7-4 on the year, and they've taken a stranglehold of that NFC South. The division Carolina's won the last 3 years. The Panthers have got to get this game today. Otherwise, they're going to drop 3 full games back. 2nd and 3 Raiders on their 40-yard line. They empty the backfield. Carr looking right, now going to be chased out of there. Goes wide, chased by Klein. Fumbled the ball forward. And we'll see where they mark him. He did not get the first down there on 3rd and 3. And as that time they had the fullback, Alawale, wide right, did not run a route, just stood there right on their sideline, trying to again use the width of the field. Derek will be marked shy of the first down by about a yard, so Marquette King will come in and punt the ball.
Yeah, he was looking left first. That's where all the 3 of the receivers were, and no one seemed to be open. That's why he came back to the right side and decided to run.
And he was chased out there by Kyle Love, their backup defensive lineman, formerly of New England and Kansas City, and a half year in Jacksonville. Marquette King's first punt of the game to the dangerous Ted Ginn Jr., one of the fastest players in pro football. Will call for a fair catch as Marquette really blasted that one very high, up 4 6/10 seconds. And a 47-yard blast by Marquette King. Goes into a post-punt dance like he likes to do. And they're going to go to a 2 tight end look here. Ed Dixon, the good blocker, former Baltimore Raven, along with a great pass catcher, Greg Olson. They're both tight left. Here's Cam Newton, a play action to Stewart. Looking left, throws off his back foot like he always does. A lob, he threw the ball away. Ted Ginn Jr. was not open at all. T.J. Hayden, Tom, ran with him well. Hayden will have to match up with Ginn, who has tremendous speed, but that was, again, a very errant pass by Cam Newton.
Well, but it'll be a better matchup because wherever they put the big guy, their big guy, Benjamin, you know, that's where Sean Smith has to go because there's a height matchup.
Panthers will bring in an extra lineman here. Chris Scott will come in. They use him in the Menelik Watson Denver Kirkland role as a 6th lineman, a 3rd tackle. He is in along with Ed Dixon, so they're heavy right. Cam Newton in the shotgun on 2nd and 10 as Jonathan Stewart to his left. Cam wearing number 1, lifts the right leg. It's a read option, the mesh point. He holds it for a long time. He did hand off to Stewart, and Stewart will push forward for a couple. Darius Latham now pushing post play with Scott, who just came into the game on the line. This is a little bit different challenge for the Raider defensive front link. Mariota did it some. Certainly Alex Smith can do it, but Cam Newton is by far the best running quarterback, and he'll hold the ball on that read option, the pull option read at the mesh point, and he'll pull it and give it. The Raiders have to have a nice plan today how to stop this read option game. He's not doing it as much this year as last year. 3rd down and 6 for Newton on their 15-yard line. Greg Olsen moves in the right slot. Following him is Malcolm Smith. Raiders twist the front. Newton throws. Caught by Olsen right across the yard again on the 23-yard line. Tremendous hands there on the simple outcut on the coverage of Malcolm Smith. He picks up 7 yards. He is just one of the best tight ends to ever play. Tremendous hands, Tom. He got that left knee down to get that catch up against the Raiders sideline.
And the ball was perfect. I mean, if that ball hadn't been just where it was, that would have had no chance because the coverage wasn't bad. It was just in an area where if you don't catch it, they're not going to catch it.
That was his 597th catch for Olsen, 6th most among tight ends. It's a lead play, and they give it to Stewart behind the big fullback, the former Charger, Mike Tolbert, and he's dropped down the 25-yard line. Khalil Mack made the tackle along with Danico Autry. That'll bring up a 2nd down for the Carolina Panthers. Mike Tolbert will leave, and they'll bring in Ed Dixon now as a extra tight end. Big Kelvin Benjamin, who goes 6'5", 253 pounds. He is down from 260. Megatron, just for comparison's sake, weighed 235 pounds. He goes wide right, watched by Sean Smith, a loose bunch left, and Greg Olsen, the tight end, the point of the bunch. Here's Irvin, a blitz by James, a throw by Ant. Intercepted, a drop! Well, Cam Newton threw a lob ball that was just up for grabs there, and Sean Smith should have intercepted the ball. He flat out dropped it there. There was pressure in Cam's face, Link, from the nose tackle, Dan Williams, but where was Cam Newton throwing that ball?
Well, he was waiting for Benjamin to come open, and as you mentioned, the Raiders brought a blitz that time, and Cam thought he was going to throw up in a corner route, try to give a chance for Benjamin to run under it. He severely underthrew that ball, and as you mentioned, Sean should have had that pick.
Sean does have a career high 2 interceptions this year, Tom, but not great ball skills. He's got to catch that ball.
Oh, he sure does.
That would have been a big turnover. 3rd down and 8. Carolina on their 25-yard line. Here comes a blitz. They bring the middle linebacker in. Joseph dump out to Tolbert, and Tolbert, quick feet, is tackled right at the sticks. We'll see where they give him the mark.
He's short.
Good rally up there by the Raiders and Reggie Nelson to make the tackle, but the Raiders don't blitz a lot, but they're going to blitz today. And they blitzed the middle linebacker, Corey James, and the strong safety, Carl Joseph. They both came. They forced the hot, and they did rally up Reggie Nelson in time to make the tackle.
And that's right. That's a good time to blitz, I think. Well, not all the time, but once in a while you come after him, make sure he unloads the ball quick on a hot route, and then tackle the guy before he gets the first down.
There's Michael Pilardi's 2nd punt. Again, the left-footed kicker, a different spin, caught by Richard straight ahead, and he reaches the 38-yard line. Well, he caught that ball at around the 27. It came straight ahead after a 42-yard punt by Michael Pilardi. It was only up 4 3/10 seconds, so a good return by Jalen Richard will give the Raiders and Derek Carr a good drive start. And Tampa Bay is leading Seattle 14-0. What's gotten into the Buccaneers? They beat Kansas City at Arrowhead last week. Here's Derek Carr with a dump out to Murray, a couple of blockers, big space down the right sideline, 40. Look at Latavius Murray, led by the Raiders. Gabe Jackson, the right guard, and the center, Rodney Hudson, Link.
Yeah.
They got the center and the right guard out in space, and they went rolling down that right sideline. Latavius Murray was hardly touched. He gained 32 yards.
That's a scary thing.
Yeah.
When you're back there as a defensive back and you see those 2 behemoths coming at you.
There was so much action on that last play. It was very well done.
They fake the ghost motion. Here's a fake again and a throw, and Roberts has got the catch, 10, and he's dropped on the Carolina 6-yard line. 2 big plays back-to-back, the screen to Murray and the quick pop pass to Seth Roberts, the slot receiver, for a gain of 24 yards. The safety, Trey Boston, got him down, Tom, as Seth Roberts just got lost there in the middle of that Carolina zone.
Yeah, it was a zone, all right, and then there was, when you're in the middle of that zone, your head, and the quarterback leaves the pocket, sometimes you have to look elsewhere, and that's where a receiver can get lost.
They play a lot of cover, too. That's where they're going to miss Luke Kuechly today. He patrols the middle. Derek Carr with a heavy formation right. Menelik Watson and the tight end Clive Walford. They bring Amari in tight left. It's a counter run to Latavius Murray. Is going to lose yards.
Yeah.
As Michael Griffin, the former Tennessee Titans safety, Link, they will use him only in the run front. Like a linebacker will come in like they use Mark Barron and Dayon Buchanan. and nobody blocked Michael Griffin, who's a tremendous run-stuffing safety, and he got in there and slammed that for a loss of 4 yards.
Well, by formation, the Raiders brought in Menelik Watson, and the Carolina Panthers brought in their heavy guys, and all they did was gap in, close the ends, and as Griffin was, as you mentioned, the safety was one of the extra linebackers from the outside coming in.
Now it's 2nd and goal back on the 10. Loose bunch right, Walford the point, behind him Robertson, Crabtree, play action, roll right, throw to Walla Walla, the fullback, middle screen, inside the 5. He's dropped by Kirk Coleman, the safety, on the 2-yard line. So we're seeing some clever screens, Tom, where Derek is pulling it out fast, and it's developing. The one to Murray was real fast, and this one was a fullback middle screen to Alawale. After the play pass, Derek spun his head around and gave it to Alawale immediately for a gain of 8 yards.
Yeah, you can see by the way that Derek made the play action and the quickness that he turned around and get with the readiness to throw, that it was going to be a quick type screen.
Carolina, very good red zone defense, 3rd best in football. 3rd and goal on the 2, car in the gun. Murray to his right. Amari Cooper singled up right against the rookie Bradbury. 3 receivers go left. They empty the backfield. Now Carr looking left, lobbing for the end zone for Roberts. He made the catch. Touchdown! Raiders! Just a jump ball to the 3 receiver side. They had Amari singled up right, and he went one-on-one there with Robert McLean. Nice protection, good block by Alston Howard, and Roberts went right up over McLean's helmet, and McLean is hurt.
Yeah.
As Roberts landed right on top of him, Tom. But Seth Roberts again able to win a battle in the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Yeah, but Seth Roberts is a touchdown maker, boy. That time he felt all his body weight came right down on McLean's chest. Boy, he took a hit.
Well, McLean went down.
Yeah.
And he's slow to get up, Link, but Seth Roberts with his 5th receiving touchdown of the year. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth were here when the Raiders played the Broncos here last time they were in the stadium on Sunday Night Football. Of course, Sean McDonough and John Gruden last Monday in Mexico City. And we have Jim Nantz and Phil Simms and Tracy Wolfson, the #1 CBS crew here, as the Raiders have become the darlings of the league. Back from commercial now on CBS. The point after coming. John Kondo will snap. Marquette King hands it down, and Janikowski's point after towards the northern upright splits them, and the Raiders have a 7-0 lead. And that was a nice drive as they exploded rapidly to get in the end zone. Raiders lead 7-0. Prices every day. And that was a better Raider drive. After just one first down on the first drive, they detonated quickly. The clever 32-yard play design screen to Latavius Murray, the 24-yarder to Seth Roberts on the zone. The touchdown pass to Seth from 2 yards out. Fozzie Whitaker will take a knee on Janikowski's second kickoff. It'll be a touchback, and the Panthers will come from their 25-yard line. And the Raiders went quickly there, Tom. Some clever play design and motion there. The Murray screen was really well done. They had Seth Roberts come in ghost motion behind it. It was just so quickly faked, and they got Gabe Jackson, the right guard, in the center. Rodney Hudson out fast, and those 2 big guys were running 30 yards downfield with Murray.
Yeah, that's something we haven't seen at all, anything like that. Also preseason and regular season, so that was brand new as far as using it in the game.
Cam Newton breaks the huddle and goes down to one knee, moving very slowly. This quarterback plays flat-footed an entire game. He's in the shotgun now with 2 receivers right. Greg Olsen, the tight end, is out left, watched by Malcolm Smith. Here's Newton again off his back foot, throws high to Jonathan Stewart, incomplete. He just led him too far.
We're going to get a roughing the passer, guys.
The flag came in as they hit him late. Stacy McGee hit Cam Newton.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 92. Tackling the quarterback with full body weight and driving it to the ground. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Cam was moving slowly before that snap. McGee came in the front. It's the way he drove him to the ground. It wasn't a late hit, Tom. It's the way he just took him to the ground and drove him to the ground after the ball was released is what got him the penalty. The crowd won't like it, but you got to ease up a little bit there on that hit.
You got to ease up because your whole body is going to come down hard on that quarterback. That's when you dislocate shoulders or break your clavicles.
But he's 6'5", 250. How do you ease up on a 6'5", 250?
It tells you the mindset. Here's a run to Stewart with a big hole in the middle. 40, 30. Jonathan Stewart, 20 down the sideline, one spin inside, and finally he is dropped there by DJ Hayden, the Raider cornerback, playing more like a safety. Again, they bring Ted Ginn Jr. in motion. They give you all the ghost motion across the formation. He had Tolbert in front of him, offset to the left. It was a counter run, Link, coming back right, and that was a gaping hole there for Jonathan Stewart as he gallops 47 yards.
The Raiders shot all the wrong gaps on that blitz look. They came in and knew it was going to be a run. They shot the inside, but nobody took the C gap, which is in between the guard and the tackle.
Ted Ginn Jr. again comes jet sweep motion. They give it to Stewart, and it's a short gain as the Carolina Panthers are inside the Buffalo Wild Wings red zone. Football's only getting better. Head to Buffalo Wild Wings where they do it for you with a new menu that includes all new juicy handcrafted burgers. Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports. Again, Don Shula had a great running game in Miami in the 70s with Kick and Zonka and Mercury Morris, and it's kind of the same thought process, Tom. They get you flowing different directions. Ted Ginn Jr. always in ghost motion, a jet sweep motion. Now he's got Tolbert to Newton's right. Fozzie Whitaker comes into the left. They can go any direction on you. The quarterback can pull it and run it, and he loves to run it inside the red zone. Newton out of the shotgun, throws for the end zone off the shoulder of Greg Olsen. A fly came in very late. They get a pass interference on the Raiders here. They have, and that'll put it down near the goal line.
Wow.
Boy, Cam threw a fastball there, a bullet. Here's Bogert.
Pass interference. Defense, number 42.
On Carl Joseph.
Out of the 5. Automatic first down.
That's a matchup, Tom. Joseph can run with Greg Olsen, but Greg Olsen is just so much bigger than Carl Joseph.
Yeah, that's a mismatch that you're going to have because Carl Joseph is going to play. So he's got to take himself to another level when he plays against a big tight end like that.
Here's Cam Newton now trying to get in the famed black hole end zone of Oakland. First and goal, 3-yard line. Lifts the right leg once. He has Stewart to his left. He's going to run a design quarterback sweep going wide left, and Newton's in the end zone for a touchdown. He got behind the left tackle, Mike Remmers, and that's what he does, Link. He has scored 48 rushing touchdowns, and I don't know, too many visitors that have done this. He has gone over to the black hole.
He gave a ball to a kid. He gave the football to a kid.
That's all right. That's all right. I thought he was going to taunt Section 105, which is not a smart thing to do here. But, Link, they pulled the left tackle there, Mike Remmers. That's just a quarterback sweep that they ran there.
That's exactly right. There's nothing fancy about it. It's just a quarterback sweep, and he's so big, such a hard target to bring down. If he gets isolated on defensive backs, like the only one who touched him was DJ Hayden, the chances are they're not going to be able to bring him down.
Graham Gano for the point after here, and he came able to curl that inside the left upright going towards the black hole uprights to tie the game. So number 1, Cam Newton into the black hole end zone to tie the game at 7. There's the kickoff by Graham Gano, 74% on touchbacks since he joined the Panthers in 2013, the highest in the league. He's going to push this one wide right. Outside the numbers, forced Jalen Richard to come out of the end zone. 20, 25, good return by the pocket rocket all the way up near the 30-yard line. Jared Norris, a backup linebacker on the tackle. Well, Gano did that perfectly. Threw that, kicked it way outside the numbers, almost to the boundary, Tom, at the 2-yard line, far right, and Richard just very definitively took that up the right sideline for a terrific kickoff return.
You know, the thing about Richard is as soon as he gets the ball, he's gone. He doesn't waste any time. He goes and he goes up the field rather than try to go laterally.
First and 10, Raiders on their 29. Raiders have only minus 1 yard rushing, but Derek is 7 for his first 7 for 86 yards. Carr under center. A draw run to Murray, and able to wiggle around the safety, Kurt Coleman, but he picks up only a couple. This is a tremendous Carolina rush defense, one of the best in all of football, second best. In fact, they allow a little under 82 yards a game and only 3.5 yards per carry. So we were talking earlier, Link, hopefully they can move this massive front with Kuechly not at middle linebacker. It may be easy as far as the scraping from the backer, middle linebacker behind it, but this may be more of a Derek Carr throw the ball game.
Well, you know, Derek's got to keep in mind, he's got to remember the box. Right now there was a safety, there was Coleman, he was in the box, and you can't run it against because you have a free man in the hole.
Now they're showing another loaded box here. Thomas Davis jumping in the A-gap. Derek will drop on 2nd and 8. Throws right, and it's caught by Michael Rivera right at the yard to gain for a Raider first down. James Bradbury, the left cornerback, on coverage there of the tight end, Tom, as they will play a lot of of zone coverage, and they did give Raiders a spot just enough to pick up the first down, a gain of 8 there on 2nd down and 8. But Derek had a good pocket there. Again, Carolina has 30 quarterback sacks on the year, but the line gave him a nice protection there, and Derek is 8 for his first 8 today.
Yeah, Derek's sharp. His ball is much sharper early in the game than it has been in past games, but that time they gave him enough time so he could step up in the box and see the whole field, and then he came back to Michael Rivera.
Raiders break the huddle very late here. They got to hurry. 3, 2, 1 on the play clock. Hudson will get the snap. Nope, it's a delay of game, or a timeout.
Before the snap,
timeout.
Oakland.
That time, they broke the huddle time with the play clock at 7.
Yeah.
So that's a play calling issue from Bill Musgrave upstairs. Derek just held him in the huddle a long time. It's almost impossible in the modern NFL game to break the huddle at 7 and get the play off in time.
Well, and the other thing involved is when there's only 7 seconds on the clock, the microphone isn't even on.
It's off at 15.
Yeah, it's off at 15.
So typically you want to get out of the huddle, Link, and even quicker, obviously, if you're going to play a no huddle, but you don't want to be in there with 7 on the clock. You want to break it at 15, ideally.
You're absolutely right. A little too much thinking going on in that play, but I just wanted to refer back to the pass play before, guys. You're talking about the protection. Well, number 94, Carolina Panthers, Coney Ely was rushing over Donald Penn. He made a good inside move, but Kelechi Osemele just gave a knockout blow. Chin checked him. It was impressive.
That's what he does, Link.
Beautiful.
He likes pancake blocks. Raiders go into an eye. Menelik Watson is in. They got that jumbo package in. Also Walford. Here's Carr. Stretch run. Latavius Murray played so well by Thomas Davis Sr. and run down from behind. And it's a great tackle there by K'Wan Short, their right defensive tackle. But Thomas Davis made that play, the weak side linebacker, Tom, to push it back inside. This guy has come back from 3 different ACL tears on the same knee in consecutive years. And last year he came back to play in the Super Bowl after that gross right arm fracture. His arm just looked like a football after he fractured. He's a tough guy. And he and Kuechly, a great pair, but Kuechly not playing today. 2nd down and 8. Murray got only 2 on that wide run. In motion, Taiwan Jones left. They throw it to him outside the numbers. Breaks a tackle to McClain. Gets down the sideline. Oh, he's so fast. Taiwan Jones, who has a nice package of plays today inside the Panther 45, pushed out of the 44-yard line by the aforementioned Thomas Davis Sr. They're doing this a lot, Tom. Alawale went outside the numbers, stood there. Taiwan Jones went there, left, just stood there. Got him one-on-one against the corner, McClain, who missed 1 tackle, and he just scooted down that sideline for 15 yards.
Yeah, but the one advantage the Raiders have is teams don't know a lot about Taiwan.
He's fast. That's all they need to know. And when 22's in the game, Link, something's up. And they got a nice package. They may even throw him a toss sweep today. Murray, the lone back. Heavy formation right. Menelik and Walford. Play action. Carr going to throw a seam. Drop! Michael Crabtree. He alligator on that ball?
No, I don't think so.
A little bit too far, Link?
Well, he was a little too far, but he was eyeballing number 20, Coleman, the safety.
Was going to hit him.
He was eyeballing because Coleman didn't even look at the ball. He was just looking at Crabtree.
Crabtree did not have a good game in Mexico City. He had 3 catches for 5 yards, and he had arguably 4 drops in that game. And that one, it was a little long, but Kurt Coleman, who will pop you, came. But they're 2 safeties, Coleman and Trey Boston. They're like Tatum and Atkinson. 2nd down, 10 Raiders on the Carolina 44. We're tied at 7. Roberts goes in long motion, followed by the nickel corner McClain. Derek throws a quick one left to Amari Cooper, a block from Donald Penn, and he's tackled by Boston. The ball went down, but the ground, he was down. As they are cooping here, Trey Boston, Tom, the safety, made the tackle there. Had Amari been able to slip out of that ankle tackle, he may have gone for more, but their safeties are sure tacklers. First play of the 2nd quarter, a gun run. Latavius Murray on 3rd and 3, right behind Rodney Hudson there. The center picks up 6 yards, and the Raiders pick up a 1st down. With 1 quarter down, it's time for our Geico 15-minute review. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote. The Raiders in that 1st quarter outgained the Panthers 121 yards to 79. The way they went about it, completely opposite. The Raiders passed for 116, ran for 5. Carolina rushed for 61, passed for only 18. Carr, handoff, Latavius Murray. Great tackle there by Darryl Worley, the rookie round 3 cornerback out of West Virginia. He's a tremendous tackler, a better tackle than the other corner, Bradbury, who's a better cover guy. That was a loss of 3 yards there. 2nd and 13 coming up as we pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Compass Media Networks. This is the NFL. Second and 13, Raiders go Cinco formation, all 5 wide receivers up, throw wide open, Johnny Holton, and he takes it inside the 5, 1st and goal to go Raiders on the 3-yard line. When they go Cinco, Tom, the Panthers don't have enough cover guys to cover.
No.
Kurt Coleman, the safety, had to come over and pick up Johnny Holton, and the Raiders popped him there for 31 yards.
Yeah, people are going to say, who? Johnny who? But they sent everybody straight up the field, everybody going up the field and kind of cutting the seams down all the way across the field and look and find the open guy, and Derek Carr did it in a hurry.
Just a gaping hole in this Carolina zone defense, Link. Looked like they were playing quarters coverage, cover 4 with a middle linebacker also taking the middle. The Raiders had a couple of gaping spots to throw to. And now we're going to have a timeout called by Derek Carr as they motioned Michael Crabtree with a play clock turning to 0.
I'm not sure why the clock is either so fast or they're so slow, but I thought they got in a pretty good line. What'd you see, Coach?
No, you're right. I mean, a lot of times after a big play like that, there's a little too much happiness in bouncing and high-fiving, and teams forget the clock stops immediately. It starts immediately as soon as that ball is dead.
Yeah, but what they usually like to do is get up there and quick snap teams after a big play like that when they're going to 1st and goal to go. I don't know if the play clock functioned properly, Link. That 40 seconds seemed to evaporate fast.
Yeah, it seemed awfully quick to me. And as you mentioned, it didn't look like they took a whole lot of time in the huddle. It looked like they were pretty quick up to the line.
And the players know they have a clock in their brain. Michael Crabtree went in motion.
Yeah.
So he was moving when the play clock was going from 1 to 0. So the offensive personnel had no clue. I wonder if the clock went to 25 and they didn't fully reset it to 40. But in any event, the Raiders forced to burn a second timeout. They get the right personnel package in offensively. The Raiders go 1st and goal to go on the Panther 4. Again, they're a terrific red zone defense. 3rd best in football. Lone back Latavius Murray. They have a bunch formation left. Amari Cooper singled up right. Derek Carr got a handoff to Murray off the left side. A cutback. Touchdown! Raiders! The Tay Train's 9th rushing touchdown of the year. Clive Walford, Link, with a nice block on the goal line, the tight end. And the Raiders have the lead back at 13 going on 14-7.
Just a great move, though, too. I'm sorry, Link, but a great move on Worley, the corner that Latavius put on. People think he's not a real quick. Look at those feet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, he's gotten better there, Link. He made that unblocked defender, Darryl Worley, the right quarterback, miss in space. Can't block them all.
Yeah.
One guy was unblocked, and Latavius made him miss himself.
And he made a really nifty move on the goal line. As you mentioned, the line of scrimmage was ball by the offensive line and the tight ends, but that one free defender, Murray made miss.
Here's the point after by Janikowski towards the black hole uprights. Latavius Murray has missed 2 games this year with a turf toe, and he now has 9 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Raiders have the lead back, 14-7 Raiders. The Raiders coming into play today, 8-2, the same record as the New England Patriots for the best record in the AFC. And right now, a long way to go. 5 more weeks after this game, the Raiders do hold a tie-breaking edge on New England. Janikowski will kick away towards the black hole. Southern end zone again, short. Trying to bait Fozzie Whitaker to come out. Far right, 10 going to come across the numbers left. He's being chased by James Cowser in his first NFL game. Sunshine, the great pass rusher from Southern Utah, who the Raiders called up from the practice squad yesterday with all the injuries in the linebacking core. So Whitaker was pushed outside the numbers right, Tom, way outside the numbers at around the 2-yard line. The return was left and only got back 15 yards there to around the 12 or 13-yard line. Nice coverage there.
Oh, yeah, nice coverage, and that really helps the coverage team. When you're trying to go the whole width of the field to get outside a pocket, of blockers, and if the blockers aren't there, boy, you're going to do nothing but lose yards.
Link, it looks like Cam Newton may have injured his back on that last series when Stacey McGee took that roughing the quarterback penalty, huh?
Yeah, I've been watching him. He's been trying to stretch it out. He's just not as fluid or as happy as he normally is. Something going on with him.
Playing with a flak jacket like he always does. A stretch run wide right to Jonathan Stewart. Out across the 15, this big back who has a low center of gravity. He's big as far as weight, 240 pounds, but he's only 5'10". Stacey McGee, who made his return the last game Monday in Mexico City after missing a couple of games with an injury, an ankle injury. Made the tackle on Jonathan Stewart. D'Angelo Williams, the all-time leading rusher in Panther history. Stewart is number 2, and this quarterback, Cam Newton, is number 3. Second down 6, Stewart got 4. 12:08 to play in the half. Raiders up 14-7. Newton in the gun. 3 receivers left. Stewart to his right. He pulls it on the mesh point. Newton kept that ball on the pull, and he got dropped at around the 16-yard line. There's a point there, Tom, the mesh point on the pull option read, where he will hold it before he gives it to Stewart. That time he held it, and then pulled it and ran straight ahead for a short gain.
Yeah, the problem is when he ran straight ahead, there was a wall there.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go. Probably should have given it, Link, but
yeah.
The Raiders had both sides covered well.
I would teach my defensive ends to smash him whether he's got the football or not.
He's live in the run game.
Yep.
Hit him no matter what. Kelvin Benjamin, this hulking wide receiver, goes tight right. Carolina just 1 for 3 on third down, facing a 3rd and 6 on their 16-yard line. Here's Cam Newton. Steps up in the pocket. Hit it! Sacked by Bruce Irvin. Irvin will drop him at around the 8-yard line. Irvin sacked him twice last year as a Seattle Seahawk against the Carolina Panthers, Tom, and he had what he thought was his best game in the NFL Monday in Mexico City. He just, with a bull rush, pushed Mike Remmers back and went in and sacked Cam Newton on third down.
Yeah, the Raiders came with 5 guys that time, uncharacteristic of them blitzing a little bit, but that certainly was a formula for that play.
Raiders face a 3-and-out. Should get a good drive start here. Michael Pilardi, left-footed punter from the black hole end zone, hits a short twirler. Richard room to go. Will catch it 45. A block from McGill. Straight ahead, spins off a tackle, and he's in Panther territory. Dropped on the Carolina 46-yard line. Michael Pilardi, only his 2nd NFL game, had to punt that out of the black hole end zone. Head of the half to go, second quarter. Latavius Murray, the lone back. Derek Carr under center. 5-step drop, pressured out, chase to his right, just throws the ball away. And a flag came down here. Well, how are they going to rule this? Seth Roberts got mugged over on the Raider sideline. It's going to be a pass interference call on the Carolina Panthers when it looked like Derek Tom was just throwing that ball away. Jerome Bogan.
Pass interference. Defense, number 24.
It's on James Bradbury.
Foul to 5. Automatic. First thing.
Raiders get a break there. Although they may have been holding and interfering with Roberts so decidedly, he just fell off the route there.
Well, Roberts just ran a little out route when he saw that Derek was in trouble. You know, Bradbury just pushed him out of bounds. That wasn't really I don't think that was a very good call myself.
I think it was uncatchable. He ran an out and up. He went to the sideline, then turned upfield, and Bradbury just pushed him. Raiders get a break there. There was pressure right in the middle, and Derek had to get out of there. Here's a wide receiver screen to Crabtree. Good block by Amari Cooper down the sideline. And Crabtree scoots that Panthers sideline inside Carolina's 30, out on the 27-yard line. Important to get Michael Crabtree linked back into the offense. He did not have a good game Monday in Mexico City. Dropped one earlier. And that was a quick bubble screen with Amari blocking for Crab.
Yeah, you know, it was a really good blocking downfield, and you're right. We got to get him back in. Uncharacteristic about the number of drops that he's had. So throw some short stuff and get his confidence back.
Well, it's also uncharacteristic of him running the screen.
Yeah, they usually the other way around. Yeah, he usually drops for Cooper, as he's such a good blocker. Raiders bring in Jalen Richard, go heavy set. Menelik right, Clive Walford outside of him, coming in long motion. Andre Holmes. They give it to Jalen Richard, left side, breaks a tackle inside the 20-yard line. Little guy will push all the way to around the 18-yard line. Full menu. Menelik Watson popped one of their guys late. Vernon Butler, the rookie, round 3 out of Georgia Tech. He's not happy. That's the nastiness in Menelik Watson the coaches love, Lane.
Very, very true. You know what? He only gets a certain number of plays now that he's not the starter anymore, so he's got to take full advantage of it.
And he's enjoying it, Link.
Absolutely.
He's enjoying it.
He got to hit it, then he got out of there.
I talked to Menelik.
71 go.
That's right. I talked to Menelik. He's like, look, I'm going to take every opportunity I can to get some.
He's got great feet, and he's nasty. Raiders inside the Buffalo Wild Wings red zone. Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving holiday. Raiders 8-2 after Thanksgiving. Lot to be thankful for. Carr a pump and a throw to Amari Cooper, left flat. Nice tackle in the open field by the rookie Daryl Worley, their round 3 pick out of West Virginia. Well, they had some hitters in that Mountaineer secondary last year with Carl Joseph at safety. Worley is a really good tackling corner. Derek pumped it, Tom, and then went back to Amari Cooper, again using the full 53 1/3 width of the field. A lot of plays outside of the numbers on this Carolina defense today.
Yeah, so they're putting the pressure on the corner. The corners are young and good-sized corners. They're not small. They're both 6'1".
And this is not the secondary that won then the NFC. Last year, they shockingly rescinded the franchise tag on Josh Norman right before the draft. Carr going to throw a quick one out to Crabtree. Sidearms one. Moves on A.J. Klein. Breaks a tackle. Here he is back in the Raider offense now, Link. 1st and goal to go on the Carolina 5-yard line. 10-yarders. That time, Derek Carr looked like Rich Gannon going sidearm to sling that into Michael Crabtree, and he broke some tackles, and a nice play by Crab there.
Yeah, that was all Crabtree there because it was set up. He made a great move, hesitation, and then broke a tackle, and it was up the field. He was one step away from being in the end zone.
Two good blocks. One by Seth Roberts, one by Amari Cooper. Lane.
I was just going to point that out. Good blocking downfield by the other receivers.
And usually it's the other way around. It's Crabtree and Roberts blocking for Amari, but Amari, 2 good blocks. Here's Murray now with a loose bunch formation left. Amari singled up right. They give it to Latavius straight ahead off the left side. Got stacked up and spun down there by their defensive front, Coney Ely, who had a monstrous Super Bowl last year. Of course, Von Miller won the MVP, but in Carolina won the Super Bowl last year, and they were out of it 24-10. He may have been the MVP. He had 3 sacks himself plus an INT, and they kind of rotate him in now. He's behind their defensive front. Well, the Raiders, Link, they'd like to get heavy there and run behind it. I think Carolina knew it was coming. They loaded up on their defensive right. Derek in the shotgun, Murray to his right, slot formation left, Seth Roberts inside of Amari Cooper. Crabtree comes in motion, stacks behind Walford. It's a 2-by-2. Derek back, flushed out to his right, and a throw. He'll throw the ball high and away there. As the pressure came in the middle, he got rolled out there. He was chased out by K'Wan Short and had nowhere to go and just threw the ball away. 3rd down. Coming up for the Raiders, 3rd down and goal on the Carolina 5.
Very stout in the red zone, as you mentioned earlier, and it's really being difficult. You know, that previous run play, interesting blocking selection. I'm not really sure what they were trying to do because they ended up leaving Ely free in the hole, so I'm not really sure about the blocking scheme.
Carolina coming into the game today, the 3rd best red zone defense in football behind only Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. You get in less than 44%. Raiders did get in earlier. Same 2-by-3 formation. Empty set. Carr steps up to the throw. Broken out in the end zone.
They got a hold.
Flag came down in the offensive backfield here. I think Ron Rivera, the coach of the Panthers, will decline this. It'll bring up a 4th down.
Holding. Offense, number 77. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
It's on Austin Howard. So they'll bring in Janikowski to kick the field goals. That time, Carolina's zone defense in the end zone, Tom, played it better. And Darryl Worley, the corner, was able to punch that ball away as Derek came up in the pocket there and really had nowhere to go with the ball. It was well covered.
No, they're very disciplined. That's the reason their goal on their red zone coverage is so good. They're very disciplined. They don't leave their zones without a reason for it.
There's the field goal by Janikowski from extra point distance from the old days, 23-yarder. Janikowski splits the southern uprights here, the black hole uprights, and the Raiders do have a 10-point lead, 1 yards, 23-yard field goal by Sebastian Janikowski. The Raiders have 188 yards of total offense, Coach, and Derek Carr's thrown for 167 of it, 14 of 17, and a touchdown to Roberts. So it's going to be a game with their great front where Derek's going to have to throw the ball.
Yeah, very well designed so far, this game plan, especially the passing part. There's some things that we haven't seen all year.
Here's the kickoff by Sebastian Janikowski towards the black hole end zone. Fozzie Whitaker behind Joe Webb, the former quarterback in Minnesota, who was a wide receiver for 1 year and back as a quarterback. So they have all 3 of their quarterbacks active because Joe Webb is involved in their special teams. Of course, Cam Newton is backed up by Derek Anderson, former Pro Bowler in Cleveland back in 2007. Cam Newton and the Panthers will start here on their 25-yard line. Raiders lead 17-7. Denver and Kansas City will play tonight on Sunday Night Football, and that game will be in Denver. It'll be a big game. Kansas City at 7-3, Denver at 7-3. Denver's getting healthier. Aqib Talib and Derek Wolfe both should be back. They motion out Ed Dixon, a former Baltimore Raven tight end, now in Carolina. Cam Newton A lot of time in the pocket. Going to throw a bomb down the left sideline for Ted Ginn Jr. Broken up by DJ Hayden. Where the ball was delivered there by Cam. Great coverage by Hayden. Allowed the ball to get into Ted Ginn Jr.'s hands. Ginn Jr. does not have great hands, Tom, but Hayden did get in there and break that deep shot up.
And that just shows you the strength of Cam Newton, boy. I tell you, he did that, and you're right, Greg. He did not step into his throw. He just pushed off his back foot. That ball actually hit. Whoa, that ball.
Ted Ginn Jr. should have made a better effort. Yeah. He's very fast, but he has terrible hands. Caught 10 touchdowns a year ago. Cam Newton will never transfer his weight from his back foot to his front foot. He throws off his back foot every single time. And now we have a timeout. Welcome back to the Black Hole, the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. Place, of course, sold out today. 8-2 Raiders up against Cam Newton. Darius Latham, Raider defensive lineman, walking back in the tunnel to get assistance from the medical staff. They fake the stretch to Stewart. Cam Newton flushed out left by Khalil Mack. Now comes back right, hit from behind, threw the ball away. He got out wide enough to avoid the grounding length. They did bring Malcolm Smith on a linebacker blitz, but Khalil Mack was the first to get there and collapse that pocket.
Collapsed very fast with the blitz, and as you mentioned, Cam had to take his eyes off of looking downfield and look at the rush, try to find an opening with the pressure got to him, and he wasn't able to find anybody to connect on.
There's a green dog. Malcolm Smith was going to pick up the back. Stewart, who came into block, so he just came on the blitz. Carolina just 1 for 3 on third down today. They'll face a 1 and 4, out of 4. They failed 3 times on third down. It's a long one, 3rd and 10. Here's Newton back, going to throw an out cut right. Everybody falls to the field, and the ball is incomplete. DJ Hayden had the best chance to intercept that ball, but he slipped down. Ted Ginn Jr. on the out cut fell. They had a lot of rain here the last couple of days, but not this morning. And they just slipped there on third down to force another Carolina punt.
Well, I mean, as we've mentioned before, this field is usually by nature slippery anyway because it's below sea level.
A little different than last week in Mexico City when we were a mile and a half above sea level. My ears are still not unpopped. Here's the punt by the left-footed punter Pilardi. And Jalen Richard will come straight ahead. 30-yard line, gets hit and dropped by Michael Griffin. He was a starter for years in Tennessee. Now on special teams, will drop him after a 46-yard punt that was up 4.5 seconds. So the Raiders, boy, their defense is playing great. And despite not having David Amerson, we were concerned, Tom, about having TJ and DJ against these hulking wide receivers. But the Carolina wide receiving core only has 3 yards of offense. They have taken away their big wide receivers today.
I'm surprised they haven't tried more little slants. That's what we saw on film, that they were very successful in doing against other teams.
Yeah, Kelvin Benjamin runs the Michael Irvin power slant, and he's a big, huge receiver. They haven't thrown to him yet. Here's Derek under center. Latavius Murray, the lone back. They give it to him off the left side, and he's stacked up, still churning his legs, trying to come forward, Link, but there's nowhere to go. A.J. Klein was there, along with Coney Ely, defensive lineman. Raiders are trying to get the running game going, but right now, Link, they're leaning on the pass game.
Well, it's okay. You just got to be true to who you are and stay with it. Don't completely give up on it. That hole closed up really quickly when you look at the replay. But, again, just stay with it. Just be patient. You might break some in the second half.
Murray got 2 yards, 2nd down and 8. Jalen Richard comes in. He lines up to Derek's left in the gun again. DeAndre Washington inactive today. Here's Derek now with a gun run, a draw to Jalen Richard. Quick feet, breaks 1 tackle, breaks another. And now he gets hammered down to around the 37-yard line. Jalen Richard just has tremendous quick feet, and he's also so small. They kind of lost him, Tom, but there was really nowhere for him to go. But he just kind of jump cutted his way out of that mess to pick up a couple of yards.
Yeah, usually on draws, you need some gaps that you can make your move into, but that time there weren't any.
3rd down and 6 now. Raiders only have 23 yards rushing today. Derek in the gun. Olawale to his left. Murray to his right. Amari Cooper out wide right against Bradbury. They're showing a blitz in the A-gap from Davis and Klein. They both bail. Here's Carr looking left, throwing, and it's wide. As Michael Crabtree tried to come back on that outcut, Tom, he lost his footing, but the ball that Derek threw was wide. They were mugging up in the A-gap, showing blitz with the 2 inside backers, but neither came. They both bailed, and Derek threw it quickly and wide.
Well, that time the defense of Carolina ran a double TE stunt, and the end on the left side, our right side, over right line of scrimmage, came free to apply pressure. Derek had to get rid of that ball.
Darius Latham, who went back into the Raider locker room, has an ankle injury, and his return now is questionable. Marquette King will punt. Ted Ginn Jr., one of the fastest players in pro football. Marquette shanked the punt. It'll bounce directly out of bounds inside the 25. That just came off his foot ugly. He won't dance after that one. Looks up to the heavens wondering what happened here. He got a decent roll, and he just flat out missed that punt.
Bouncy round. Kai, I've seen him before, but he's taken some beatings this year. So
yes, he has.
It might start taking toll on him in December or November.
He's taken several vicious, dangerous hits, starting with the season opener on that Thursday nighter in Denver, where Vaughn Miller and DeMarcus Ware like speed bagged his head a couple of times. And one time, Tom, he just got blasted by both of them and went down to the field. And he actually called the commissioner to complain about how hard he is being hit this year. They go into a true eye behind him. Cam lines up under center. Tolbert and Stewart behind her. Actually, it's Fozzie Whitaker. It's a dive, flip, and a flag. A hold on Carolina. Whitaker gets the sideline, midfield, and into Raider territory. This is coming back, though. As they held there, they faked the dive, and they flipped the wide.
Offense, number 17. 10-yard penalty. Replay. First down.
Raiders got fortunate that time, Link, as it went back. There was a hold on their interior line, but they got the edge fast there on the fake dive to the fullback and the flip to Fozzie Whitaker out wide left.
Well, it's a little bit of a bunch crunch because Funches, the receiver, was coming in motion, short motion, and he had to block Khalil Mack. Khalil noticed the play very early, went back out. Funches just grabbed him, took him to the ground. Easy call.
So now Carolina with the holding call will go back inside their 15-yard line on their 14-yard line. They put Cam Newton into the shotgun. It's now 1st and 20 for Carolina. Raiders bring pressure. They blitz James and a quick throw out and a drop by Fozzie Whitaker. The ball was over his helmet, Tom, so it was a little wide. Catchable ball. He got both hands on it, but again, Newton was slightly off. The Raiders are blitzing at a higher percentage today, and that was the plan going into the game, to not spy him as much, but just to go get him.
I think he's feeling some of the pressure as far as that time. The Mack was the guy in coverage back there on that play.
And they brought the middle linebacker, Corey James. I don't know if they brought more than 4 Link, but they did change who they were bringing.
They did. They brought him from the other side, the strong side that time, guys.
2 tight ends in for Carolina. Greg Olsen has had to stay in the block a lot today in a bunch, and he's going to stay in and block. A quarterback draw to Cam Newton. The Raiders are all over it. And Stacy McGee will make the tackle there on 2nd and 20. I think Mike Schulich just wanted to pick up some of it back to avoid a 3rd and long, but they didn't get much, just 3, and it will be 3rd and very long. 3rd and 17.
Panthers got a lineman
is down.
Number 60, I think.
Well, they can't afford to have any more linemen out.
Well, I mean, look,
Darrell Williams, their right tackle.
It didn't even seem like Cam really wanted to run that quarterback draw the way he came up galloping to the line.
Yeah, he does not look physically 100%. Cam Newton, he got hit early in the game on the personal foul that was called on Stacy McGee. But I noticed him right before that series kind of doubling over. He came out of the huddle slow, went down to one knee and got up like an old man. And the head coach able to walk on the field to check on his right tackle. Ron Rivera is from the kind of the Bay Area, about 2 hours south, down in Marina. Went to Seaside High School, and of course a great linebacker at Cal.
And son goes to Cal now. He was up here celebrating the game against UCLA last night. Saw him on TV.
He said 2/3 of his parents' family members are here from that side town. 2/3 of them are wearing Raider gear. They're all Raider fans. He was a big Jim Plunkett, Tom Flores fan growing up. 3rd Latino head coach in the NFL's history behind you, Tom, and also Tom Fears, the first ever coach of the New Orleans Saints back in the late 60s. All right, after her stoppage of play, it's 3rd down and 17 for Cam Newton now. Hits his back foot, steps up to avoid a sack, will run out right and heave a bomb downfield for Benjamin. Sean Smith all over him, but no flag. Sean Smith grabbed him around the shoulder pads there. Benjamin goes down, does not get up fast. I think he's hurt.
He's still down.
On the deep shot, Sean Smith matching up with Benjamin size on size, Tom, and he did grab him around the shoulder pads as that ball was in flight, but no flag.
Yeah, Newton had a lot of room to run, but not enough to make the first down, so he just flung it up there in hopes that it would be caught.
Benjamin now does get up and walk slowly over to the Carolina sideline. Good coverage there by Sean Smith, and that's why you bring Sean Smith here. He is the biggest quarterback in pro football now with Brandon Browner out of the league link, and the Sean Smith can match up with these humongous Carolina wide receivers.
Well, they've done well today because Smith is matching up with Benjamin, as you mentioned, and Hayden has done a good job going speed for speed with Ginn, so it's working a good formula so far.
A flag came in
I think that's
way
on the sideline.
late. Is that on their sideline?
It looks like it. That's why it's there.
Well, we had a lot of the Carolina Panthers were complaining to the refs about that last call. We'll see what it is here.
Here's Jerome Boger, our referee.
During the dead ball period, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense, number 3, coming out of the team area and disrespectfully addressing an official.
That's the backup
After
quarterback,
distance to the goal,
Derek Anderson.
still forced down.
Yeah, I think he was wondering why there was no PI call on Sean Smith on that deep shot. And when they went up for the flight of the ball, when the ball was in the air time, Sean Smith did grab Benjamin around the shoulder pads.
Yeah. But have you ever heard of somebody saying disrespecting a ref?
Let's be polite here. It is the holiday season. Probably used a full gamut of disrespectful words. Here's the punt. Polardi again from the goal line of the black hole end zone. Good punt here. Jalen Richard will backpedal, catch it low. 36-yard line, comes right, breaks a tackle. He went down, got up. Was he not touchdown? He got back up, and he ran a few more yards forward. See where they mark him down. Nice catch by Jalen Richard. That was a tough one. The ball, he didn't catch it up high. He had to go down to his ankles to make that catch, and a towering punt by the left-footed Polardi. It was up 4 9/10 of a second. A 55-yard punt. Colin Jones, backup safety, made the tackle. He's battling his way back from a concussion, Jones. Disrespecting a ref. Huh?
Yeah, how about that?
Can't do that, Tom.
Especially a backup quarterback.
Yeah, he's not even in the game.
Yeah, you got to at least be a starter.
Derek Anderson, if he does play, he's completely different than Cam Newton. He's a real big, tall pocket passer. He's not a runner at all. They have a completely different offense when he comes to the game. He had to play one game earlier this year on a Monday nighter when Cam was out with a concussion. Raiders begin this drive on their 42-yard line, up 17-7. Run, Latavius Murray, quick feet in the hole again, slanting right or left. He was right of Carr in the gun. Then showing great, I think, being around these young backs, these small backs, Richard and Washington link, when they do their running back drills in practice, it's quickened up Latavius Murray's feet. He is quick-footed right now.
There's no doubt about it. You know, we've seen in the National Football League how fast holes close, so you got to make sure you get in there or do a little bit of dance to get somewhere quickly.
3-yard gain there. 2nd and 7 Raiders. They go slot right. Derek's under center. Murray the lone back. Seth Roberts inside of Crabtree right. And they single up Amari Cooper against the rookie Worley left. 2nd and 7. Derek under center. Little movement on the front, but no flag. Derek a deep drop. And he's going to get sacked there. He got out of it, but now he goes down. Charles Johnson, one of their great players in history. They actually caught and gave him a huge pay reduction in the offseason. They brought him back. He came tearing around Austin Howard that time to get the sack on Derek Carr.
No, to be clear,
Menelik
Watson took a bad set. He was in there as the extra tight end, and he went down too far. They had a slide protection on. He went down too far and had no way to regroup when he came outside, when Johnson came back outside.
And Menelik was just outside of Austin Howard's spot at right tackle, so Johnson went looping around Menelik. 3rd down and 12 now. Raiders back on their 40-yard line. We're approaching the 2-minute warning here. May not have this play off before the 2-minute warning, and they jumped off sides. The 2-minute warning was right there, though. Charles Johnson lurched in the neutral zone. This is an encroachment?
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 95. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Well, the Raiders got a break there because it was all happening simultaneously, Tom, where the 2-minute warning was arriving right at the time that Charles Johnson kind of stumbled, and he also thought that Austin Howard moved for a false start. But the Raiders get the 5 yards back on the sack, so it'll be 3rd and 7 when we come back after the 2-minute warning here in Oakland. Raiders 17, Carolina Panthers 7. Derek in the shotgun, 3rd and 7 though. Amari Cooper wide left, singled up. Robertson, Crabtree slotted right. Murray and Olawale stay in the block here. Now they both release out. Derek throws one down the right sideline for Crabtree. Never got open. Well covered there. Out of bounds. Good coverage by the rookie, James Bradbury. They're higher. They drafted 3 corners in a row. Second round, third round, fifth round. Bradbury was the first time a second rounder out of Sanford College. And he ran very well there with Michael Crabtree. Nowhere to go with the ball.
Yeah, they're all about the same size. You know, they're all 6'1" category and all about a 4'5" in that category running-wise. And it's interesting how Sanchez obviously is the third corner of that group that's on IR.
It's actually Sanford College. I was thinking of Red Fox and Sanford, Fred Sanford.
And his son.
Yeah, very good, Tom. I'm impressed. Here's the kick, the punt by Marquette King. Ted Ginn Jr. called for a fair catch. Good idea because Taiwan Jones was going to take his head up. Nobody blocked a gunner. Taiwan, one of the best in pro football, was all over Ted Ginn Jr. Ted Ginn Jr. called for a fair catch. 47-yard punt by Marquette King. Much better effort this punt. And up in 4 6/10 of a second. So let's see if Cam Newton can get going here. He hit Ted Ginn Jr. on a little quick route to open the game for 3 yards. And the Raiders have completely taken their wide receiving core off the field. They've taken some deep shots. One to Ginn Jr., one to Benjamin. The Raiders, without David Amerson, have covered exceedingly well today.
Well, now that they've got a mismatch offensive line, let's see if the Raiders could go with some blitzes here.
Calvin Benjamin comes out wide to their left, and Sean Smith will pick him up. They go 3 receivers right, including Greg Olson, who was tight right. Cam Newton will run a gun to Fozzie Whitaker, and he gets stacked up there off the right side by Corey James. And Fozzie Whitaker, the backup running back to Jonathan Stewart, had a 100-yard game last time he was in the Bay Area in week 2 when they took apart, or actually that game was in Carolina, I guess, when they beat the 49ers. He had exactly 100 yards rushing. So they ran one play now. They do not call a timeout, Carolina. They have 2 timeouts remaining. And they're going to huddle up here. So they don't want to give the ball back to Derek Carr with Janikowski's leg, even though the Raiders are going towards the least favorable black hole uprights. 1:10 to go in the half now. Play clock under 10. 2nd and 6, Carolina the 13. Newton in the gun. Slot left. Olsen runs an out cut. They fake that. They screen. Intercepted by Khalil Mack. Touchdown!
We got a penalty flag down, guys.
Down.
Flag down.
Flag down, Link. Hold on. Khalil Mack, what a play, though. He jumps in the black hole end zone. That's the play he made against Ohio State when he was a Buffalo Bull.
Offense.
It's against Carolina. Touchdown, Khalil Mack. What a play. He read that screen and intercepted that ball. That's the play he made when he terrorized the Buckeyes, that season opener for the UB Bulls in Columbus. Time he read the screen of Cam Newton. They faked it to the left. There was a screen coming back right. Khalil either read it or it was a zone blitz the whole way. Link, he dropped out, he buzzed out, and showed great hands to pluck that ball and run it back.
No doubt about it, guys. The Carolina Panthers have Trey Turner, their starting right guard, playing right tackle in absence of the tackle that went down earlier. And so you're right, Khalil just read that perfectly.
Janikowski splits the uprights, and the Raiders have a 24-7 lead. You want to win Defensive Player of the Year, sack the quarterback, which he's done 5 straight games, Tom, and then do that. A pick 6 by a defensive end / linebacker. What a play by Khalil.
Just one hand, too. Caught it with just one hand.
And he jumped right in the black hole. He was trying to block rush there over their right tackle.
Oh, I take it back. He did use 2 hands.
Yeah, Trey Turner. They moved Turner from guard out to tackle with the injury to Darrell Williams, Link, and he blocked him well.
Yeah, he blocked him well, but you know what? Blocking sometimes well on the screen is a disadvantage because the guys are now reading the quarterback's eyes, and that's exactly what Khalil did on that play. He saw Cam's eyes, he saw the motion, and just got right in the way, ran up and grabbed that ball for a touchdown.
Now, you're better off letting him go on that play or cutting him.
Yeah, or trying to cut him. That's what we usually do. They usually tell us tackles to set up a deep pass stance and then cut him. But remember, he's a guard. Trey Turner's a guard, normally a guard. Yeah, he's not normally a tackle.
Because Darrell Williams got hurt. And by the way, Williams walked up the locker room, up the western tunnel here back into the Carolina locker room. The Panthers are ravaged by injuries today. They don't have the usual center, Ryan Khalil. They don't have the great Luke Kuechly. The Raiders couldn't care less. They are dominating this. You see Derek Carr's reaction on the sideline when Khalil came over after the touchdown.
No, I
Gave
missed
him a
it.
huge hug.
Yeah.
Here's the kickoff by Janikowski. Low line drive shot. Fozzie Whitaker on a big hop. Lets it go by him. And they'll scramble back and take a touchback right in the top of the eye, and Raiders in the black hole end zone. Wow. That is a signature moment for Khalil Mack. A touchdown on an interception, and that ball was hotly thrown. He just showed great hands to intercept that ball.
Yeah, that wasn't just lobbed over his head, which it probably should have been. That was so good. It had very little arc to it.
Listen to this crowd now in Oakland. It's been building week to week, but it's obvious to those of us that have watched it every week, and now the entire football world, the silver and black are back. 1st and 10, Cam Newton will take a shotgun snap. They're going to gun run Fozzie Whitaker. He gets blasted by Corey James. The middle linebacker came screaming up, Tom, and just rocked him with a beautiful textbook tackle.
Pretty much anticipated call on their first play because they just suffered a bad offensive play that turned into a disaster. And to start off conservatively and see if you can pick up some yardage.
Carolina going into a hibernation here the way Jameis Winston did, Link? I think he's going to run the clock out.
They're going to run the clock out. They are in no hurry as you watch Cam Newton's body language.
He went down to a knee again. That's twice I've seen him do that after the huddle. He goes down to a knee and slowly gets up. They want to run the clock out. Why don't they just run it out then? They're going to draw Fozzie Whitaker dancing behind the line, and he'll pick up. He's still sliding off tacklers, but he's dropped on the 30-yard line, and that's going to be the half. They're not going to run any more plays. So, and again, the Raiders get the ball to start the second half. Cam Newton ran directly off the field, right up the tunnel. I think he's going back into the locker room to get assistance from their training staff.
He must be.
He is in a real hurry to get back in the locker room, so we'll see if he comes out to start the second half or if they go to Derek Anderson. But Cam just threw a pick six to Khalil Mack, who had the kryptonite for the self-anointed Superman, and the Raiders have taken a 24-7 lead. Raider pass coverage has been superb today. Cam Newton is 3 for 12. 3 for 12, an NFL quarterback for just 18 yards passing. Greg Olsen, an 8-yard catch. Mike Tolbert, a 7-yard catch. They've only got 3 receiving yards to a wide receiver. Ted Ginn Jr. had a 3-yarder. The Raiders outgained Carolina 190 yards to 89. And they possessed the ball for over 18 minutes, Tom. The passing game was great. Let's get the running game going in the second half. But how about the Raider defense with their first defensive touchdown of the year, and it's Khalil Mack who comes up with the pick six.
Yeah, great timing for that, boy. And it's going to be interesting how Carolina handles their offensive line, because right before the half, Darrell Williams got hurt.
Yeah, he was not in. They had to move the right guard, Trey Turner, over to right tackle to block Khalil on that pick six. Graham Gano, strong leg, will kick towards the black hole end zone. Jalen Richard will come racing up, make the catch on the numbers right at the 4, comes back left 10, 15, 20. Good return out to around the 23-yard line. Kurt Coleman, their safety, in on the tackle, along with David Mayo, a backup linebacker, after a 19-yard return by Jalen Richard. The Raider offense was a lot of pass-heavy emphasis in the first half. Derek Carr was 14 of 19, 167 yards. The touchdown pass to Seth Roberts. Let's get the running game going, Link. They only got
I would love it.
28 yards rushing. Latavius Murray, 10 carries for only 15 yards in that first half. I think they'll lean on the run game now. They go double tight end. They open him a shotgun. Derek has Murray to his left in the gun. Murray flares out left. They throw right to Michael Crabtree. That's like a long handoff there in space-time to get Crabtree going. And he's tackled by the corner, Bradbury, after a gain of 9 yards. Typically what Bill Musgrave does, he likes to throw early in games, and then with the lead, he will run heavily in the second half the way Bill Cowher used to do it in Pittsburgh. And Mike Mularkey was his offensive coordinator. Throw to get the lead and then give it to the bus to run the clock out in the second half. 2nd and 1. Menelik Watson comes in as the extra lineman. He's outside of Austin Howard. Ryan Walford outside of him, and Mari Cooper in long. Where'd they hand the ball? He fumbled the snap from center. The Raiders fumbled the snap.
Derek's hand is hard.
Derek Carr ran away. He got his right hand hurt on that play. Derek Carr did not try to pick up the fumble at all. He raced right into the offensive backfield behind the play. So somehow, and that under center snap from Rodney Hudson, Derek got hurt. He is hurt his throwing hand.
Yeah, he came immediately over to the sideline.
He just dislocated a finger, Tom, maybe a pinky.
Yeah, it looked like the little pinky on his right hand.
That'll be excruciating pain, but it could have been a worse the way he was writhing in pain. So maybe they'll just pop that back in, and they'll get to it right away. Dr. King over on the Raiders sideline, but I didn't know if that was a fumble Ruski or what happened there. Derek ran away from the snap, but he never handed the ball off. He just dropped the under center exchange as he got hit in the right pinky finger and dislocated it. Cam, an end around reverse now to Ted Ginn Jr. Great block by Tolbert on Bruce Irvin, and Ginn Jr. gets the edge easily inside the Raider 20 out on the 17-yard line. Clever play. That time they faked the quarterback run off right guard, Tom, and Newton flipped the ball to Ted Ginn Jr., one of their faster players, coming on the end around left for a gain of 13 yards.
Yeah, the Carolina guys, the Panthers, trying to take advantage of a turnover with a little trick play. Nothing else has worked very good, so they're just trying to throw the Raider defense off a little bit. This is a big, big chance for Carolina to get back in the ballgame.
If they're going to get back into it, they're going to get back into it right now inside the red zone. Here's a lead play. Tolbert ahead of Jonathan Stewart, the big back. Behind the big back will slide inside the Raider 15 down to the 14-yard line. Middle backer Corey James on the tackle for the Raiders. As we're wondering about Derek Carr, Link, you have Matt McGloin is warming up on the Raiders sideline.
That's right, Papa. Matt McGloin is warming up. Derek Carr went up into the locker room. I haven't got an official report yet, but he has been taken to the locker room.
Well, hopefully it's just a dislocation. There is a concern about maybe it being broken. It's a pinky finger on his throwing hand. Here's Cam Newton now stepping under center. He has Greg Olsen attached as a right wing. Ted Ginn Jr. and Philly Brown are stacked right. Big Kelvin Benjamin left, watched by Sean Smith. Sean's been following him around a lot today. Gun run, Stewart trapped behind the line, comes straight forward, first down, and all the way inside the Raider 5 on the 3-yard line. What a run, Link, by Jonathan Stewart. He is undersized at 5'10", but thick, and he just stayed patient there and waited for it to develop right in the middle of the front, and then he squirted through for 14 yards.
Yeah, he hid behind that big offensive line, and as you mentioned, just waited for the hole to open up. He sat back there for a brief second, a little bit delayed, hit the hole straight up. There was nobody in there.
Dan Williams comes waddling in from the sideline to play on the nose, along with Stacy McGee. First and goal to go for the Panthers on the Raider 3. Look out for this quarterback running it here. He has Tolbert to his right and Stewart behind. He will keep it. He will flip to Stewart on the down-the-line option. Well played there by Malcolm Smith time. They gave you all the options there. He faked the handoff to Tolbert. He had Smith to his right. Cam came down the line like an old-school college down-the-line option, and it was taken away for him to run, so he pitched to Stewart, and Malcolm Smith tackled him. Beautiful Raider defense on the goal line.
And that's what you have to do. You have to be very patient and defensively. You can't be taking any unnecessary stabs in one of the fakes.
Second and goal on the 3-yard line. Devin Funchess, a big receiver right. Calvin Benjamin, a huge receiver left. And here's Cam now going to play action, look right, throw, and bodies falling, and a flag on DJ Hayden. He will get a pass interference call for grabbing Devin Funchess, who's not quite as big as Benjamin, but he's big.
Defense, number 25. The ball replaced at the 1-yard line. First down.
Somebody has to send a lozenge down to Jerome Boger. He's lost his voice today. Funchess goes 6'4", 225. So Sean Smith has been following Calvin Benjamin around a lot, but they have a second big receiver that they were able to match up, and DJ Hayden just tackled him.
Yeah, he didn't.
He just literally tackled him.
He was beaten to the inside so badly by contact, and I guess he figured.
Here's Jonathan Stewart jumping over the pile. A flag came down. I think they had an illegal formation, or it's an offside on the Raiders. Although they had bodies sliding around there. Ed Dixon came in motion, left the tight end, but thought he may have been going forward, but it was not called that way. Offsides on the Raiders.
Defense, number 51, lined up in the neutral zone. Half the distance to the goal. Still first down.
Link, you have any idea what happened to Derek Carr's pinky finger on the right hand?
It looked like the snap came up and just jammed his finger. He immediately pulled out, as you already reported, came over to the sidelines, was checked out by the trainers, and then went up in the locker room. So I don't have an official report yet, but it looked like it just got jammed in the wrong way.
Well, they were dislocated, huh, Tom?
Yeah, I'm sure that they went up to X-ray to make sure that it's a dislocation or a break, and hopefully it's just a dislocation.
There's Stewart now again off the left side, gets hit and spun around, and the Raider goal line defense will keep him out of the end zone. Danico Autry able to fill that hole, Link. It looked like he was going to spin off of it, but Autry would not allow him to spin off the first hit, and he dropped him. So Raiders hold him out of the end zone on a first down.
Really disciplined that last play by the Raiders defense, maintaining the gap integrity, and the Carolina Panthers offensive line got no push that time. Very stout by the defense.
This Raider defense has just gotten so much better. First 6 games, they gave up on average 32 points a game. The last 4, of which the Raiders have won all 4, they're giving up on average 20 points a game. Here's Cam Newton now off the left side. Stewart, and this time will get into the end zone. Did not get a great push, but got enough off the left side of their offensive line. Danico Autry tried to stand him up, Link, but he kind of tackled him forward as he fell backwards and pulled Stewart in the end zone for a Carolina touchdown.
Yeah, that time it was a win by the Carolina Panthers offense, as you mentioned. They had a hole, and it wasn't really a whole lot of push, but you didn't need that much with that big body to get in the hole and score.
Mike Remmers, their right tackle, forced to play left tackle with Michael Orr going on IR yesterday, and he's missed since week 3 with a nice kick-out block on Bruce Irvin. They ran behind Tolbert. When they go, they got some big backs here. Mike Tolbert, the former San Diego Chargers, 250 pounds, and Stewart goes 240, and the quarterback is 245 pounds. Here's Graham Gano with a point after. Well, things have certainly gotten a little bit depressed around here with the Derek Carr injury, the fumble, and the Carolina touchdown. Lead is down to 11, and Graham Gano at that point after blocked. The Raiders blocked it right in the middle of the front to keep it at 24-13. It was hit a little bit low, but it was blocked right over the head of the center as Graham Gano, as the point after blocked, his 3rd missed extra point of the year. I think Danico Autry got it again. Looks like Matt McGloin will come in to quarterback the team at least this series. Graham Gano will kick off for the Panthers after his extra point was blocked. High, deep kick. Strong-legged kicker Richard, only a yard or 2 deep in the end zone, but he will take a touchback as that ball was lofted high. And the Raiders will take it on their 25 when we come back, and it will be Matt McGloin, who is warming up on the Raiders sideline, and will come in and quarterback the team for Derek Carr. And they're going to crowd the box here. Here's a run. Latavius Murray coming wide left, and he gets about 4 yards, Link, but the Carolina Panthers built at least an 8-man, maybe a 9-man box. They were all over it. Their middle backer, A.J. Klein, playing for the concussed, inactive Luke Kuechly, made the tackle, but they loaded the box there with McGloin in the game.
They loaded the box, and they wanted to keep Davis Sr., the linebacker, free because he's got such great range to make plays. It's going to be difficult if you're going to try to run the ball, especially they're expecting it with you play with second-string quarterback.
And he's their playmaking will linebacker, Thomas Davis, at age 33, first-time Pro Bowler a year ago. Murray still got 4 yards when they had that loaded box, and they're loading it again. Here's Trey Boston blitzing the safety. Murray comes wide right away from the blitz, and he's able to pick up a few more to bring up a 3rd down and short. 3rd down and a 1 or 2. Thomas Davis did make the tackle, Tom, but it's quite obvious Sean McDermott, the Panther defensive coordinator here, is bringing safeties down and loading that box to slam the run game, minus Derek Carr quarterback.
Well, he's going to challenge the Raiders to automatize to a pass and take advantage of a young quarterback who hasn't played a lot.
Matt McGloin's very capable, though. His 2013 rookie year, he had 7 games and 6 game starts. 6 games he started. Well, they come blitzing in the A-gap. The ball goes to Murray. A flag came down. Murray runs for a 1st down, but a flag came down. They may have jumped off sides.
It's illegal formation on the guys.
On the Raiders?
On the Raiders.
Yeah.
Boy, Carolina, how many guys they have in the line of scrimmage? Here's
Illegal
Bogert.
shift.
It's against the Raiders.
Offense. Number 10 and number 15.
They were both moving.
5-yard
Crabtree
penalty.
and Roberts.
Replay. 3rd down.
Raiders thought they may have jumped off sides, Link, as they must have had 9 guys on the line of scrimmage, and that ball was snapped.
There's no doubt about it. They're all gap shooting, and it's difficult to run any type of pull where you're pulling linemen when you have shooting gaps because you get a lot of leakage.
Well, if you're calling plays here, Matt McGloin can play. I mean, we've seen him make some throws.
Yeah, he can throw.
They are just giving you the matchups on the outside, and they typically don't play man. They play zone, but if they're loading the box like this, they got to play man. Yeah, McGloin goes in the gun. He has Latavius Murray to his left. Amari Cooper goes out wide left, one-on-one against the rookie Daryl Worley, and they go slot right. Actually, 3 receivers right from in to out. Roberts, Wolfer, the tight end, Crabtree outside the numbers. 3rd down, 7 for Matt McGloin. Likely his first pass of the year. Wearing number 14 in his black jersey. Trey Boston comes down. They're going to blitz him off the edge. Nobody picked him up, and he sacks McGloin, but McGloin came forward with the arm enough to get the incomplete pass. Boy, they blew their protection there, Link. Nobody picked up Trey Boston, the free safety, and he came down and showed it early and came off the Raider left side of their offensive line, and nobody blocked him at all.
Well, they showed a double A gap blitz, and what it normally has when you're in a shotgun formation, everybody from left tackle to right tackle have to slide right to take all the gaps. Then the running back comes out of the backfield and takes the end man on the line of scrimmage.
Here comes Derek Carr out of the tunnel.
He's wearing a glove.
That's the big ovation. Can he quarterback with a glove? He does not like wearing a glove on his right hand, but he has no choice here. He will have to. Marquette King will punt it away. Ted Ginn Jr. at a high punt. Where are the gunners? They don't get there, and Ginn Jr. comes straight ahead. James Cowser will make the tackle trying to strip Ted Ginn Jr. That punt was up 4/8 of a 4.8 seconds time. They must have doubled the gunners there.
Well, they all up enough, and that was you almost you outkicked the coverage. Really.
It was up 5 seconds though.
Receiving team.
There's a hold on
57.
Carolina.
10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. Carolina keeps the ball. Timeout.
That was a 56-yard punt by Marquette King. Jeremy Cash, a backup linebacker, is called for a hold, so their drive start will not be nearly as good. That was a big-time punt by Marquette King. 1st and 10, Panthers on their 8-yard line. Funchess goes in motion right. Cam, handoff, Jonathan Stewart straight ahead. Good run. Out across the 10, up to around the 12-yard line. Raider nose tackle Dan Williams on the tackle. But he picked up 4 straight ahead. Derek Carr wearing a glove over on the Raider sideline. We assume that the right pinky finger, Tom, was dislocated and not broken. Otherwise, he more likely would not be able to come back into the game.
Yeah, I agree, yeah.
With a broken finger. He does not like wearing gloves. We'll detail his concern about that when the Raiders get the ball back, but he has no choice. Cam Newton now audibilizing at the line of scrimmage. Play clock under 10. He shifts the back. Stewart to his right. He has a slot left. And Ted Ginn Jr. right. Cam looking left, throws into a crowd. Well covered there by Sean Smith, slapping the ball away from Calvin Benjamin, the big receiver. Sean Smith has followed him around all day today. The biggest corner in football, going with the biggest wide receiver in football. And Sean is having his best game as a Raider today. He's not letting Benjamin get open at all.
That was an audible. You saw Cam Newton give a sign with both fists like he was digging into the ground on both sides. So that had to be a dig route on both sides.
Now Sean Smith picks up Devin Funchess. Benjamin's off the field. They go 3 receivers left. Funchess outside. And they got the fast guys, Ginn Jr. and Philly Brown also there. Cam Newton back off his back foot, just throws a bomb to Ted Ginn Jr. He made the catch. He's gone. A post route. This guy is so fast. Touchdown Panthers. He's the fastest guy in the field. He ran right by T.J. Carey. 88 yards on the post route. Looked like he was back at Ohio State running back that kickoff in a championship game. He got behind everybody. And Cam Newton off his back foot threw a beautiful post route and hit it exactly right in the middle of the field, over the top of everything for a Carolina bomb touchdown.
Once again, just like in the San Diego game, our safeties are playing incredibly shallow against an all-receiver set, and there was nobody back there.
Carl Joseph, where's Reggie Nelson? Carl Joseph was on the other side. Reggie was on that hash time, and you got to be the deepest of the deepest.
I would think so.
Reggie well, he took Philly Brown inside and left Carey one-on-one. Carolina's going for 2 here to make it 24-21 and make it a field goal game. This game was 24-7 at halftime. Raiders. Then Derek Carr got hurt on the snap from Rodney Hudson, and the whole thing's crashing. Cam Newton in the gun, 2-by-2. Look out for Greg Olsen. They stack him right behind Joe Webb, who is in, the former quarterback. And Newton looking right, now left, throws high, incomplete. Well, he had Philly Brown for the 2-point conversion. Corey Brown was there, Tom. He flashed wide open from the left slot, and Cam Newton just overthrew him. All right, Sam. By the way, I think you noted New England has come from behind to take that lead. The Raiders and Patriots have the best record in the AFC at 8-2. Derek Carr again will come in and quarterback the team with a right glove on. He does not like throwing with a glove. Even when it's very rainy, he will not wear a glove on his hand. But in this situation, he has no choice. Jalen Richard will take a right knee, and it will be a touchback. So Derek Carr will come back out to, and he gets a big ovation here. The main reason he does not like wearing the glove is he said the arm is just way stronger than usual, Tom. It's hard for him to gauge the deep stuff because the ball, when he wears the glove, he has warmed up with it, obviously, to try it out. The ball just takes off and flies. So we'll see. He said you can really throw the ball. There's some accuracy issues, but we assume it's a dislocated pinky finger. He has no choice. He's wearing a right glove, no left glove.
Yeah, right now it's for protection only, really.
Yeah, let's see if he can throw it. He can drop right back. First throw, middle. Caught. Clive Walford on the in cut. First down, Raiders. Fine there, Tom. Gain out to the 42-yard line.
That answer your question?
Looked like Derek Carr there. Clive Walford got hit by Kurt Coleman, a 17-yard gain. And that'll loosen him up a little bit if they're worried about Carolina expecting Derek not to be able to throw the ball. Good to throw it the first play. Now we'll see if the Raiders can get the running game going. They have Jameis Alawali, the lone back, the fullback, and they go 2 by 2. To the right is Michael Crabtree and the tight end Clive Walford. To the left is Seth Roberts and Amari Cooper. And Derek wants Roberts to move in motion to the right, so they go 3 that side. They single up Cooper left. Derek back, looking left for Cooper. Sit down route and a short gain. There's all Derek at the line. Darryl Wolverley, the cornerback, will shove him out. He wanted to get Roberts out of there to just have a one-on-one on the little outcut. It wasn't a big gain or a gain of only a couple of yards, but they wanted Amari one-on-one with the rookie round 3 Worley coach.
I guess so. I mean, I'm not sure why. I thought it might have been a special play or something. That was just a little short, simple short out play for about 3 yards. 3
receivers again go right. Amari Cooper singled up left on Worley. Derek looks over the defense, now backs away. Play clock at 12. He has Richard to his left. It's a gun-run draw. Coming straight ahead. Little guy sneaks through, but he is tackled by Trey Boston, their hard-hitting, pounding safety right on the logo. Gain of about 4. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 3 for Raiders, right on their 49-yard line.
And Boston's eyes are just fixated at the backfield. He's expecting, I don't know if he's got coverage on Jalen Richard in that instance, but his moment that motion went, come running up there to stop the run.
And he's a sledgehammer. He will pound you. If he gets a shot in space, he will take you out. 3rd down and 2. Raiders, now they're showing Thomas Davis up on the line. They're also bringing their slot corner, Leonard Johnson, in. Derek going to throw a quick one to Crabtree, a sliding catch for a Raider first down. He had to go down low as they blitzed. Leonard Johnson linked the nickel corner, so Kurt Coleman, the safety, rolled up. There was a window there, and Derek got it out fast. Crabtree slid down to make the catch to gain 3 on 3rd and 2.
Austin Howard did a great job at reading last minute, bouncing out there. Him and Gabe Jackson were able to pick up that blitz and save the shot on the quarterback.
First down, Raiders. Jalen Richard again stays in the game. A lot of work for Jalen today, returning kickoffs and punts, and he's one of the top running backs, but DeAndre Washington inactive today. Derek in the gun. It's a gun run. Well played by the backup middle linebacker, A.J. Kleintom, is playing for Luke Kuechly. He jumped in there and kind of trapped that play, and then they got swarmed. Paul Soliai, first-year Carolina Panther, former Pro Bowler in Miami, in on the tackle there, so no gain. 2nd and 10 coming up.
2nd and 13.
As athletic as this defense is at Carolina, I just don't like the Bob blocking, the block around blocker, and that's what they were trying to do that time with Hudson, but a tandem block to the middle linebacker. Just couldn't get it done.
Slow developing.
Yeah.
And these guys push the front. Klein showing a blitz in the B gap. Now back away. Play coverage. They're going to rush forward. Derek Carr back on 2nd and 10. Gets hit. Gets off a sack. Gets hit. Throws. Intercepted by Thomas Davis. Down the sideline by Seth Roberts. He's inside the Raider 30. He's knocked out of bounds inside the 30, and he's stepping out of bounds. Let's see if they mark him. And also, Gabe Jackson is slow to get up. Is he okay? Gabe, he's okay.
He's okay. He went for the tackle.
Yeah, I thought for a moment he hurt his leg. He's moving very slowly off the field. He had to go low to make the tackle on Thomas Davis, who just kind of spied it there, Tom. He was reading the middle of the field as Derek tried to throw back, I think, to Clive Walford. And Thomas Davis Jr. came up, or senior, with the interception there on Derek Carr.
Dangerous throw. It's always a dangerous throw when you throw across your body, across the field, because the ball is, you never know what's going to happen with the ball sometimes. And that time he didn't see Davis at all.
And he was throwing to 89, Amari Cooper, not 88, Clive Walford. What has happened here? Catastrophic third quarter with the Derek injury, the fumble, the deep post to Ginn Jr., and now Carolina is driving for the lead. 24-19. It was 24-7 at halftime. Cam under center, bunch right. There's Cam faking the stretch left. They roll him right. A check down to Greg Olsen, the tight end. Well played by Reggie Nelson. They'll bump that out. Greg Olsen has had a really quiet day, almost eerily quiet. Raiders played that decently. He gained about 5. Raiders are either jamming him, Link, or not letting him get free, but they have not targeted Greg Olsen very much today. Just one time the entire half for that 8-yard reception.
Well, you know, Cam hasn't been exactly accurate with his passes, so they haven't had a lot of opportunities, but they're increasing now with the way the Raiders are playing the second half.
And that gained 3 yards, not 5. 2nd and 7. They put Cam in the gun. Ed Dixon lines up like a fullback to his side, and Stewart is just behind him. So they have a multi-pronged running attack. They send Ted Ginn Jr. in motion. He runs into the tight end Dixon, and they still pick up yardage for the first down. The whole play was a mess. Ted Ginn Jr. Link came in ghost motion. I've never seen that, but they had the tight end up, and Ginn Jr. ran right into him.
Yeah, they all stopped. Everybody stopped.
They still gave it to Stewart, and he still picked up
7-8
positive
yards
for a first down.
How about that?
That is the best, worst run I've ever seen. What's going on here? They're inside the red zone. This place has gotten quiet, Tom.
Yeah, it sure has. Yeah.
Defense needs to make a play. Now Cam in the gun. Ed Dixon lines up. As a left tight end, they send Philly Brown in motion. They line him up in the backfield behind Cam. What are they up to? It's a straight give to Stewart off the left side. And Mike Shula is just this running game was a state-of-the-art running game last year. The Panthers led the league in scoring last year. They scored 500 points, and their running game was just, there's so many different guys going different directions, Tom. It is complicated.
Yeah, right now they're just they're not going to try anything too tricky because they got a makeshift offensive line, and that's always becomes an issue.
They don't have their left tackle, their center, or their right tackle to move to left tackle and the backup right tackle. They've got 4 profound injuries. Their guards are healthy. Here's a play action. Newton wide open left flat. He finally saw Ginn Jr. and he runs by Sean Smith, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. 1st and goal to go Carolina on the 3-yard line. That took Cam Newton eternity to see it. Ted Ginn Jr. was just sitting there outside the numbers left. He finally went left, Tom, at his 3rd progression. And Sean Smith in space against Ginn Jr. is a mismatch for them. He was able to get off of that hit, break a couple of more tackles, and gain 13 yards.
Boy.
Well, even when the Raiders hit him, nobody brought their arms. Nobody wrapped up. Everybody just wanted to pound him.
1st and goal to go, Carolina. 2 minutes to play in the worst quarter imaginable. Panthers may get out of the quarter with a lead. Raiders need a goal line stand here. Newton moving bodies around. Dixon was a right tight end. They line him up as a right fullback. They send Funchess in motion. They give it to Stewart up the middle. He's on the goal line. Is he in? Touchdown, Carolina. They have the lead. How has this happened? It is 25-24. They'll probably go for 2 here to make it, to try to make it 27
they're going for
to 24. And it was the Derek Carr, that one snap. Innocuous play of 24-7 early 3rd quarter. Rodney Hudson snapped it length like he's done countless times to Derek. And this one, it just got up onto his index or pinky finger on the right hand, and the whole thing has just blown up since.
Yeah, that it has. The turnovers are killing him now.
Did Stewart get in the end zone? He may not have scored. We have to wait to get this confirmed. His knee did go down as he was on the body of Dan Williams, Link. I'm not sure he actually scored the touchdown. He may, Tom, his knee may have hit, and the ball may have been on like the half-yard line.
Well, they're reviewing it right now upstairs.
Yeah, it's gone up to the replay official, Carl Madsen. So Jerome Boger, our referee, has gone under the hood. What down was that?
First down.
No, that was first down?
Yeah.
So even if it's not a touchdown, yeah, it was first down. It would be 2nd and goal from just inches away. But it would keep him out of the end zone for now. Derek Carr has a very concerned look on his face over on the Raiders sideline. Not just the score time. He just looks overall concerned. Maybe that Now, you played with a dislocated finger. They have confirmed the touchdown, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Newton's
very
in the
sore.
gun.
The finger will be a lot sore tomorrow than it is right now.
Slot formation left. Funchess singled up right. Benjamin left slot. Cam throws. Caught Greg Olsen. He dropped the ball. Did he have it long enough? No.
Nope.
He did not get the 2-point conversion. The Panther lead is 1, not 3. I think I've never seen Greg Olsen drop a ball like that. It was delivered perfectly. He ran a slant from that left side. That ball was delivered perfectly by Newton right into his hand. There's the kickoff by Graham Gano. Jalen Richard back in the end zone will take a knee, and the Alien Raiders for a touchback. And the Raiders will take it on the 25-yard line. What a horrific quarter this has been. The third quarter has been the problem quarter for the Raiders all year, but nothing like this. Coming into the game today, the opponents had outscored the Raiders in the third quarter 62 points to 48. This has been just a disaster. They've been outscored 18-0 in the quarter. Derek Carr, the finger injury, a fumble, the 88-yard post to Ted Ginn Jr., the interception by Davis, the touchdown, and the Raiders are behind. 1:46 to go in the third. The good news is the Raiders are a great fourth quarter team. Can Derek do it today with a bad right hand? Back, check down left flat, and Murray caught the ball and fumbled the ball. They're going to say no catch. It was picked up by Shaq Thompson, and since they whistled it dead, it will not be subject to review. And Murray did not have it long enough. But again, well, they're all over it with their linebacking speed. That was not open there on that check down, Tom. And it was not a screen. That was just a Derek check down to Murray, and their linebacking core swarmed it.
Yeah, he was looking down the field. I guess he didn't see anything that he could throw to. There was just a check through, a check loop, and not a very good
Raiders
play.
are back up on the ball. 3 receivers go left, 1 right, dropped right off the knee or thigh pad of Seth Roberts. What is going on here? Actually got into Roberts' body, Link. He got both hands on the ball and flat out dropped it.
Just out of rhythm, no sync whatsoever. Sort of like what happened in the Houston game with the number of drops and just error throws. I mean, they have no rhythm right now.
They got to find a way to restart it. 1 single snap from center has blown this whole thing up. And they've got to find a way to get their confidence back and their swagger back and be the Raiders again. New England, by the way, has taken a 13-10 lead against the Jets on the road. Here's Derek Carr back, looking left, throws a bullet wide. It's incomplete. Good coverage there as he tried to fit that ball to Amari Cooper on the outcut. Ball was delivered fine. Amari was there. It was just really good coverage there.
Yeah.
Darryl Worley, the young cornerback, was able to get across that and knock the ball away.
There wasn't much left. There wasn't anything open there or in the flat area, so you had to try to get it in there in a small space.
Raiders need a spark here from special teams or from their defense. They've got to get this crowd back. That's a great play. Derek threw the outcut. Amari was there, and Worley just jumped around his body cleanly. Here's the punt by Marquette King. A fair catch called for immediately by Ginn Jr. With Johnny Holton, the Raider gunner, all over him. Great punt by Marquette for 9/10 of a second in the air, a 52-yarder with no return. Boy, who would have thought this was even possible at halftime? It was all Raiders. Khalil Mack had the pick 6 touchdown right at the end of the first half to put him up 24-7. Carolina could not do a thing. Cam Newton was 3 for 12 in the first half. And they just got to get this third quarter to end as soon as possible. But they've got to find a way, Tom, to reignite the energy in the stadium.
Yeah, the energy just got, as soon as when Derek Carr went down, the energy just came right out of the offense. And defense has to pick up the slack now and make them go 3 and out, and get them off the field, and give that offense a chance to rejuvenate.
Cam Newton, I've seen him do this before, but he's doing it after every time they break the huddle. He's going down to 1 knee, and then he gets up really slowly. Ted Ginn Jr. goes in long motion. They have 3 receivers left. Greg Olsen right, play action, knocked away by Bruce Irvin. Oh, he almost had it there, Link. He read that bubble screen to his side and got his hands up. Would have been nice for a little interception there to run back to flip this game back to the Raiders again. But Bruce Irvin, again, like the Monday in Mexico City, playing a strong game today.
Well, if the Raiders were all over that last play, so even if it was complete, I think they wouldn't have got a gain, or it might have been a loss. But we know usually Cam Newton, when he comes in for a series, he goes down to one knee to deliver the play in the huddle, and has his running back help him up.
Cam now in the shotgun. He has 3 receivers go right. And now Greg Olsen will move in motion across the formation left. So it's 2 left, 2 right. It's a A block by Olsen on the end. Irvin, a crackback block, Lincoln. He got the handoff to Fozzie Whitaker along the left side and a 5-yard gain. So they motioned Greg Olsen from the right side to the left side. He turned and came back, and he cracked on Bruce Irvin to get that left edge for a gain of about 5 to Whitaker.
Yeah, we used to call that 99 bunch crunch, where you have the outside receiver or tight end come back and crunch the end, and then the tackle would pull around him, and that's what they did on that last play.
3rd down and 5. Jonathan Stewart back in behind Cam. Cam wants Funchess to stay on that side. They're going to move Benjamin. They're moving people around here late. Play clock at 8, 7, 6. Benjamin has no idea where to go. He finally gets lined up 4, 3. Cam will take the snap from center. Poise in the pocket. Somehow got the ball away, and it's caught by Olsen out of bounds. Just out of bounds on the corner route. Like Cam Newton is so poised.
Got a flag down, guys. Holding against the Raiders. Defensive holding.
Automatic first down. It's
on
on the whole other side of the field. It had nothing to do with the play at all.
While the quarterback was still in the pocket. Holding. Defense, number 25.
DJ Hayden.
5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Now, he may have been looking that way, but he eventually went right on the corner route to Olsen. It had nothing to do with the play at all. And that's a really hard penalty.
Boy, DJ's playing like his feet are in mud. He is not even moving when the receivers are making. He's just reaching out, grabbing.
He just tackled him.
Yeah, well, that last time, yeah, you're right.
He tackled Funchess. He went for him high. Funchess is a big man.
First of all, as Lincoln said, his feet didn't move. Your feet have to move.
1st and 10, Carolina on the hold on DJ. Final seconds of this 3rd quarter, which cannot end quickly enough. Been a disaster. Dixon goes in motion right, 3 receivers right. Handoff, Jonathan Stewart straight ahead. Khalil Mack came slanting down from his end position to make the tackle on the final play of this 3rd quarter. By far the worst quarter of the year for the Raiders. They came into the second half with such momentum, up 24-7. A pick 6 by Mack right before halftime, and then the Derek Pinky injury, and the whole thing has exploded. But they do have 4 fourth-quarter comebacks, so they can come back here. Gino Gradkowski, their center, is down to injury, and he's the backup center to Ryan Khalil, the 5-time Pro Bowler. We'll check out. Actually, the quarter's not over yet. We have 11 seconds to play.
Injury timeout.
Still, the injury timeout has been taken. Gino Gradkowski, former Baltimore Raven, also with a knee injury. He had a knee injury coming into the game, but they weren't sure if he was going to play. He's playing for Ryan Khalil, who is a 5-time Pro Bowler at center. He's out with a shoulder injury. And now they have Tyler Larson snapping the ball. So I don't even know if he can't play, Link. They may not have any more linemen available.
Well, I see another number 61 standing on the sideline.
David Yankee, former Stanford Cardinal.
So other than that, I don't see any other offensive linemen on the sideline for the Carolina Panthers. I think they're all being used.
Yankee just was activated off the practice squad yesterday. He's never played in the game. He was drafted by the Vikings in round 5 of 2014, was on their practice squad last year. Good lineman at Stanford. So Gino Gradkowski is going to make his way over to the sideline. So the injuries on their offensive line, Tom, are incredible. Michael Orr, Ryan Khalil. They lost Darrell Williams earlier today.
Unfortunately for us, it hasn't affected us in the positive way. The Raiders haven't been able. They've now lost the lead, so they're going to let the quarter run out.
Still time. Yeah, after the injury timeout, now they'll start the clock, and that will be the end of the 3rd quarter here in Oakland. 18-0. Carolina outscored the Raiders in that quarter, and we go to the 4th quarter with Carolina on top by a single point. Panthers 25, Raiders 24. Raiders 2 turnovers, outgained 155 yards to 42, and outscored 18-0. Cam Newton back. Flushed out of the pocket to his right, being chased, and he gets Greg Olsen up the sideline for a first down. He had Jihad Ward, Tom, chasing him, and Cam Newton looked nimble and athletic on that play, rolling out outside the numbers right, and he found his trusty target, Greg Olsen, down the right sideline for a gain of 12 yards.
Well, he's such a powerful guy. It's pretty hard to bring him down with just an arm or a hand. You got to really get into his body.
He looks healthy now. We weren't sure he was healthy in the first half, but that 18-0 3rd quarter to give him a 1-point lead has freshened up. Last year's MVP. Newton goes into the shotgun. He has a back to each side, play action, and off his back foot throws an out cut. Bodies all over the place. Kelvin Benjamin went down. And he was well covered there.
Now
also,
DJ Hayden's down, guys.
DJ Hayden, who was in coverage, went down. David Amerson now playing today with a hyperextended knee. DJ's in a lot of pain. Scott Touche will race to him, along with H. Rod Martin and Dr. Warren King. Jack Del Rio was standing right there where he went down. Antonio Hamilton is forced into play now. Here's Cam Newton on a 2nd and 10 at the 48-yard line. Takes a shotgun snap, throws right, and it is caught on Antonio Hamilton. They go right at him with Devin Funchess. Antonio Hamilton, a young but very green cornerback, a rookie free agent out of South Carolina, who made this team, is the last guy on the roster, Tom. And now with all these injuries in your secondary, David Amerson out with a hyperextended knee. Any idea what's wrong with DJ? I see him standing up on the
they're going to put
sideline.
ice on whatever his injury is, but he's not looking happy. I've not got a report yet, guys.
All right, 3rd down and 2 for Carolina. Cam Newton kind of running it at the line of scrimmage. The play clock at 10. He has big Mike Tolbert, the former Charger, that was left in the gun. A slot formation left. Philly Brown inside of Benjamin and Funchess right. Play action. Cam time. Going to throw a bomb down the left sideline. Benjamin open, a jump ball. He caught it on Sean Smith. Touchdown, Carolina. Kelvin Benjamin just got up in the air with that big body like he was pulling an offensive rebound. And he shielded Sean Smith's body off of him, and he caught the football. And
guys,
Carolina now has a 7-point lead with the extra point coming. What has happened?
Yeah, well, that was
Another
impressive.
deep shot.
That was an impressive throw by Cam Newton, and a heck of a catch.
He had a long time to throw, Link.
Had a long time to throw, and Sean is grimacing with the shoulder, guys.
And he had a shoulder injury. And he got beat off the line of scrimmage. The ball hung up a little bit. And then Benjamin, with that massive body, just fought for the ball and took it away like he's Moses Malone. There's the point after by Graham Gano. And the Raiders are down 8 points. That was a 76-yard drive. It was a 44-yard bomb from Cam Newton to Kelvin Benjamin after his 88-yard post bomb to Ted Ginn Jr. Carolina's outscored the Raiders 25-0 since Derek Carr injured that pinky finger on his right hand. Graham Gano will pick up another touchback as it goes deep into the end zone here, and Jalen Richard will take a touchback. Let's pause. 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Compass Media Networks. This is the NFL. First and 10, Raiders on their 25. Panthers are showing linebacker blitzes. They come. Quick throw out to Crabtree. Wide throw by Carr, but a nice catch by Crabtree down the sideline. He's pushed out of bounds by Darryl Worley, their rookie safety. The Raiders have 4 fourth-quarter comeback victories this year in New Orleans, in Baltimore, in Tampa, and last Monday in Mexico City. They can do this, but their crowd has got to help them a little bit here. This place has just gone eerily silent. They need to make a play. Jarek looks okay, Tom, with this glove on his right hand, doesn't he?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be effective.
They can do this. Yeah. Robertson, Cooper right, Crabtree left. Jarek in the gun, showing blitz again from Coleman, the safety. He comes off the edge, gun run to Murray straight ahead. First down Raiders. Powers ahead across the 35, up to around the 37-yard line. Menelik Watson was in. He will stay in as they'll leave that extra lineman in the game. Jalen Richard will come in and replace Latavius Murray as the Raider running back. A lot of football to go. You're down only 1 score. You're down 8 points with 12.5 to play. Derek stays in the shotgun wearing a glove on that right hand for the first time in his life in a game. Toss sweep to Jalen Richard. And it gets off the tackle of the corner, Bradbury. They didn't block him, but he made that play. And a flag came in right at the end of the play. And we'll see what that's for. But a nice little quick toss sweep to the right side to get that right edge fast for a gain of about 8 yards. Jerome Boulder, what's the flag
Personal
for?
Foul, grabbing the face mask.
It's on Carolina.
Defense, number 56.
It's on A.J. Klein.
Automatic.
Now that's the kind of
First
play
down.
that can spark you. This is 15 extra yards. The Raiders desperately need now. They'll go into Carolina territory inside the Panther 40 time on the Panther 39-yard line.
Yeah, you need something like this. You're right, to keep to straighten out the drive a little bit more, lengthen it out a little bit more, give the Raiders a little spark, get some momentum, because they lost. The life came out of them when Derek Carr got hurt. It was like somebody punched a hole in a bubble.
But he's back and he's fine. Let's go. Derek in the shotgun. Murray to his right, runs a little pivot right over the middle, check down, throw behind Murray, but he makes the catch, and A.J. Klein will tackle him. Just a quick little circle route after the play action link to Murray the whole way for a gain of 4 yards.
Well, you're wondering what's going to get the crowd back in. You got to make some plays. Right now, after that third quarter, you can understand why they're dead and contemplating what to do. So they got to give them something to cheer about.
There's a lot of football to go, and this is a huge football game. Raiders a game lead over both the Broncos and Chiefs, and the Raiders' bitter rivals will play tonight in Denver on Sunday Night Football. Carr in the gun, adjusting the right glove on the right hand. Slot formation right, Crabtree inside of Cooper. Here's a gun run to Murray, straight ahead. He gets stacked up, not a whole lot there. You have to wonder if Derek does have full ability to throw the football, Tom, as they are running it quite a bit here on this drive.
Well, it doesn't seem to have bothered him. His ball doesn't flutter. He still can throw a spiral with some force behind it.
Third down and 3 Raiders. Big play. They're on Carolina's 32-yard line. They're going to go empty here. Derek in the gun. Jalen Richard. The back goes outside the numbers right now. They're going to motion him back towards the middle. He lines up over the other side. So 3 receivers left, 2 right. Derek back on third down. Quick throw and a catch by Crabtree. First down. Dropped on Carolina's 25-yard line by Bradbury. It's hard to cover when you've got 5 eligibles all moving around like that. You motion Richard late, Tom. It's just a quick pitch and catch to pick up the yardage on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, all that motion and all the shifting and all that, he just tries to get the defense a little off balance that time. And that time the corner on that side, I'm not even sure who the corner was. He fell down. I think it was Johnson. Yeah,
the slot corner, Johnson, fell down. So Bradbury, the other corner, the rookie, had to make the tackle. Derek in the gun. A quick toss sweep. Donald Penn trying to get the left edge. Did not do it. A.J. Klein has played well today. He's in the spot of Luke Kuechly, arguably one of the greatest linebackers to ever play the game. But Kuechly did miss 3 games early last year with a concussion, and the Panthers went 3-0 without him because of the play of A.J. Klein. He could be a starting Mike linebacker in this league, but right now he's behind Luke Kuechly. Loss of a yard. That's twice linked. They've gone to those quick toss sweeps out of the gun. 1 right and that time left. Lost a yard. Now they go empty. Derek in the gun. 2 receivers left. Robertson, Cooper. 3 right, including Rivera, the tight end. Derek back. Time. Throws. Deep shot for the end zone for Crabtree. Overthrew him. Overthrew him badly. Good coverage there. The rookie corner, Bradbury, Tom, was on top, and the ball went over the top of all of them. Not close.
Yeah, that time they had every receiver that was out just ran a streak route. It was up to Derek to make his choice. You would think that with at least one of them might run an inside route in case nothing was there down the field.
If you don't get this 3rd down, would you kick the field goal and make it a 5-point game? Or a touchdown can then win it?
You'd have to consider that. Yeah.
It's a long time to go. You're 9.5 to go here. Derek in the gun. 2 receivers right, 2 left. 3rd down, 11. Derek throws, and it's caught! First down, Clive Walford. Down to the Carolina 12-yard line.
Guys, what I'm noticing down here is as the sun is starting to set, a lot of guys are slipping in the secondary on both teams, the Raiders and the Carolina Panthers. So field conditions becoming an issue now.
Clive Walford just found the zone there, dropping behind Thomas Davis, the linebacker, and the corner, James Bradbury, on the 12-yard line. The Raiders have reached the Buffalo Wild Wings red zone. Buffalo Wild Wings, beer, sports. Under 9 minutes to go, you're down 8. Carr in the gun. 3 receivers bunched left. Amari Cooper singled up right on Bradbury. Derek, a low snap, catches it. Cox throws for the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! Raiders! Clive Walford. What a catch he made right over the top of his helmet in the back of the black hole end zone. The Raiders will go for 2 now, trying to tie this game at 32. That's the middle linebacker, A.J. Klein, who has to cover the deep middle in their zone the way Kuechly does so well, Tom. And he covered it okay. Yep. Walford has made a great play right over the top of his helmet.
Well, that's one of the reasons they drafted this young man, is so he could get those balls in traffic, in the red zone, outreach everybody because of his height and length of his arms.
And guys, I like the way that Derek Carr threw that pass, basically throwing Clive Wolford open by putting it in where he did.
Got to get this 2-pointer to tie the game. Derek says calm down to the crowd. They sent 3 receivers right. Crabtree, Roberts, Cooper. It is Jameis Alawada, the fullback, now flipping to Derek's right. It's a sprint right. Derek looking right. Throws. Caught. Seth Roberts. Game is tied at 32. Derek Carr's back. As he throws the right arm in the air, saying, I'm back. And the Raiders are back. They're off the deck. After 25 in a row by Carolina to take an 8-point lead, the Raiders have come back to tie the game at 32.
And the crowd is back.
Because it's the 4th quarter. This is when number 4 takes over. Ice Cube. Cube is in the house today. Sang the Raider anthem a few years ago. Huge fan down in L.A. and now here in Oakland as the Raiders have tied this game at 32. By the way, New England down a point. Tom Brady just hit former Buffalo Bill turned Patriot receiver Chris Hogan right through the middle of a jet zone. And they're already inside the 5-yard line. They can kick the field goal to win the game with Steven Gostkowski or try to score a touchdown. So New England may get to 9-2. Janikowski will kick off. Will the Raiders get to 9-2? Tied. Here's the kickoff return by Fozzie Whitaker from the goal line. 10-15-20. Hit by Brendan Trawick and dropped there along with Keith McGill shy of the 20-yard line. 18-yard kickoff return. Here comes the Raider Nation now. They're back. They were down. They were devastated. They lost their guy for a while, Derek Carr, but Derek's fine, and the team is back. Listen to this place now. They have sparked it. They have come back. Although DJ Hayden is not back. He's still over on the Raiders sideline. Antonio Hamilton will be the Raider left cornerback on their offensive right. He has to deal with Ted Ginn Jr. and his speed. Reggie Nelson goes over to help him. They stack the other receivers outside the numbers right. They could be setting this up or left, outside the numbers left to go right. And they are. Newton throws, caught. They're going right at Hamilton, Tom. You knew they would with Mike Shula. Little slant route there by Ted Ginn Jr. He's not a slant runner. He's more of a vertical runner. He may be setting you up for a slant and go, but they're going to take Antonio Hamilton off the field. And the Raiders have got T.J. Carey and Sean Smith in as Carolina went to 2 receivers, 2 tight ends, so the Raiders don't have to play their nickel. Here's Cam Newton under center now. 1st and 10, Carolina on their 31-yard line. Less than 8 minutes to play in this tie game. Newton, counter run. Jonathan Stewart off the right side. And he keeps pushing after contact and gets up to around the 34-yard line to gain a 3. Without DJ Hayden, without David Amerson, who was inactive today with a hyperextended knee, suffered late in the game in Mexico City on Monday. And Carolina does go to 3 wides. The Raiders will have to bring Hamilton back in.
Guys, I just got an update on DJ Hayden. He's ruled out for the remainder of the game with a hamstring injury.
Yeah, I saw ice on his hamstring earlier, Link. It's not a knee, it's not an ankle, it's a hammy. 2nd down, 7. Carolina, Newton in the gun as a back to each side, a slot left, Greg Olsen right. Play action. Newton going to throw high, but caught by Olsen over his helmet. A flag is down. Back in the line of scrimmage area. Here's Bogert.
Holding. Offense. Number 68.
It's on Carolina.
2-yard penalty. Replay. 2nd down.
Big break there.
That's a lucky break for the Raiders on that one. But have you ever seen Greg Olsen miss any of those passes like that?
Well, he caught one he dropped the one on the 2-point conversion, which is big right now. They'd have the lead if he would have caught that time, but he has great hands. Andrew Norwell, the left guard, is called for the hold, Link, on Danico Autry, who was trying to power rip move him inside, and Norwell just grabbed him.
Well, you guys gotta hope that this defensive line just starts to feast, because you can't let Cam Newton sit back there and pick you apart, especially with a depleted secondary. The Carolina Panthers have got a depleted offensive line. Let's see if our defensive line takes over.
Plan was to blitz him aggressively. Let's see if they continue to do it now that we're in the 4th quarter in a tie game. 2nd down, 17 for Newton, back on the 24. They roll the quarterback right. A shovel run to Tolbert, and he got grabbed around the head there by Jihad Ward. What a tackle that was by the rookie. As Tolbert is so small, he reached for him and just got him around the neck.
It's like a little bowling. He's like a little bowling ball running around the field.
That's exactly what he is. Mike Tolbert, the former San Diego Charger, first 4 years there, went to Carolina, became a Pro Bowler, 5'9", 250 pounds. 3rd down and 10. The black hole in full throat now. Game tied at 32. They want the ball back. Cam Newton in the shotgun. He has 3 receivers left. Big Calvin Benjamin goes right. Right on the numbers, watched by Sean Smith. Antonio Hamilton is in to pick up Funchess. Newton back on 3rd down, throws, caught. Benjamin, but he stepped out shy of the 1st down. He's out on the 40. He had to get to the 41-yard line. He's short. That's just not great footwork there. He's a big receiver, but not a great route runner and sloppy. And they're going to punt the ball away. Well, he should have picked up the 1st down time. Just got sloppy on the outcut.
Well, you got to know the down and distance. You just have to know it. As a receiver, as everybody has to know it.
It almost looks like he didn't know where the yard to gain was, the way he worked his feet. Either he just got all fouled up with his footwork, or he didn't know where he needed to go.
I was thinking the exact same thing. I thought he might have thought he already had the 1st down when he got the ball.
He had to cross the 40 and get to the 41. Here's the punt now by Michael Pilardi, 2nd NFL game. Left-footed punter, a towering punt. Jalen Richard will take it on the 10-yard line, slips down and gets hammered on the 12-yard line. McClain on the tackle. Raiders need to win this game to keep pace. They're starting on their 13-yard line. 5:05 to play. We're tied at 32. Derek in the shotgun. Murray to his right. He fakes the gun run. He runs right. Was that a design run the whole way, or he had nowhere else to go?
It was an option, and he chose to keep the ball.
The run-pass option. He was trying to throw to Rivera, I think, Tom, in the right flat. But the Panthers took that away, so Derek just tucked it and ran for whatever he could, but he lost yards. He lost 4 yards on that play.
Sure did, yeah. Wow.
He's back on the 9-yard line.
I'm not sure what it was supposed to be.
You don't run that play much. A lot of teams will run what's called an RPO, or run-pass option. And Carolina played that superbly. Derek in the gun. Tywan Jones is now in. And he's going to run a special here outside the numbers right. Empty set. Derek back. Derek throws left. Crossing route. Catch by Seth Roberts. Thomas Davis Sr. is good. He ran him down. He's a 33-year-old old linebacker, Tom, and he ran down that young receiver on a crossing route, held that to a 5-yard gain. Good player. Thomas Davis Sr. 3rd down coming up, 3rd and 9. A humongous play here as we approach 4.5 minutes to play in the football game, tied at 32. Raiders go 3 receivers right. Crabtree, Roberts, Cooper. And they single up Michael Rivera left on a corner. Tywan Jones stays in the game here. He's to Carr's left in the gun. 3rd and 9. Derek checks it over. Play clock at 3, 2, 1. Just snaps it. Derek back. Time. Steps up. Time. Throws a bomb for Michael Crabtree. But he caught it! He caught it! He caught it! He caught it inside the 40-yard line. He was also interfered with by A.J. Klein. They're going out Kuechly's replacement on the deep shot over the top. Michael Crabtree lost his helmet again, but this time did not lose the football. A 47-yard gain to Carolina's 37.
Defense number 56. They pulled this decline. The result of the play is the 1st down.
What a shot there.
What a great play what a great throw, really. And what a great catch by Crabtree. Crabtree is just an amazing catcher with those big meat hooks of his. He really put the claw on at that time.
And great recognition when Derek Carr knew that he had a linebacker covering his receiver down the middle of the field for him to go and throw it deep and put it up where he can catch it.
That's the loss of Kuechly. Kuechly is such a great player. And in this defense, they require the middle linebacker to cover the middle of the field a lot, and the Raiders went right at it. Now you're almost in field goal range. Derek Carr has Latavius Murray to his left. Low snap, a gun run straight ahead inside the 35. Powers ahead to around the 32-yard line. Sebastian Janikowski will now start to kick into the net. He does not like going towards these uprights. These are the black hole uprights, Link. We have no wind today to speak of, correct?
No wind down here, and Seabass is warming up right as we speak.
At 18 to whatever yard line you're on. The Raiders are on their 32 right now. It'd be a 50-yard field goal. You'd like a touchdown to take the lead back. Derek in the gun. He has 2 receivers right. Roberts inside of Amari Cooper. Michael Crabtree left. Play clock under 10. Derek with Murray to his left on 2nd down. Panthers showing blitz. Here they come, Coleman. Oh, it's a play pass to Crabtree down the sideline. He caught this one. He's inbounds inside the 20-yard line, right over the top. What a catch by Crabtree. On the back shoulder outside against Darryl Worley, Tom. Beautifully placed by Derek Carr. And what a catch there by Michael Crabtree again.
Not much the defender can do. Well, especially Crabtree got away with a little shove that time.
Slight push.
And guys, that was a side adjustment. I don't know if you noticed that because Derek Carr gave him the signal. It was a side adjustment. They had a run set up, and he knew he had one-on-one coverage and took that play.
Ron Rivera may want to challenge this. The Crabtree got that second foot down. I think he did, but it was really close. He got the right one. He dragged the left one. He got it down. Inside the red zone now. Low snap from center. Hand off to Murray. Straight ahead. Off a tackle. Off another one. He's down to the 10-yard line. Well, right now the field goal would be a chip shot. You want to work the clock down. Carolina has 3 timeouts remaining, Tom. So when will Ron Rivera begin to call timeout here to give his team a chance to come back?
I don't know, but right now I would be thinking touchdown, not field goal.
Yeah, for the Raiders.
Yep.
But Rivera's got to be thinking, I've got to give Cam Newton a chance to respond, whether we're down 3 or 7. And the Raiders are going to stay in that huddle and work this clock down. They break the huddle with 12 on the play clock. 2:43 to play. We are tied at 32. What a roller coaster this game has been. Carr in the gun, Murray to his right. Slot left, low snap again. They give it to Murray. And able to jump over the pile and get inside the 10. Does not pick up the first down. Now Darrell Worley and Amari Cooper have to be separated after the play. Don't take a personal foul now. And a timeout is called by Ron Rivera of the Panthers. They have 2 timeouts remaining. And 2 minutes and 29 seconds to play in the game. Now here is a huge play. On 3rd down and 1 here, if you pick up this first down, you can start to run this clock down, Tom, under 2 minutes. Whether you score a touchdown or a field goal, you prefer a touchdown, obviously, to make the lead more sizable. But you just get the first down here, you can begin to mitigate the time that Cam will have back to respond, no matter what you score.
Well, yeah, timing is everything, and you'd be surprised how many people don't really consider all the ifs and outs. But there's 1,000 different things that can happen with the clock. But you say if you make the first down, then it's really all the Raiders. The Raiders have everything in hand.
What you'd like to do is take the clock down to 1 and kick the field goal to beat them. But let's see how they manage it. They are going to bring in Menelik Watson as that extra lineman length, the 6th offensive lineman, the 3rd tackle. He'll wind up outside of Donald Penn's side. And they're going heavy that side with 2 receivers.
And watch how the safeties are going to come down on either side, on the open side, and play it as the end pinches in.
Here they come. Davis Sr. in the gap. Klein in the gap. Amari singled up. Right gun run. Latavius Murray straight ahead. First down, Raiders! First down close to the 5-yard line. That's exactly what you wanted.
Yep, perfect.
And now run the clock down. Will Rivera stop it now or after the 2-minute warning? He's not going to stop it. So they're going to take this down to the 2-minute warning. They will have 2 timeouts left, and the Raiders will go for the end zone of the touchdown lead or get a field goal for a 3-point lead, but Carolina is not going to have much time to respond. What a game. 24-7 up to 25-24 down to tied at 32 to trying to win the game in the final 2 minutes. Raiders trying to retake the lead here from the Carolina 6. We're tied at 32 with 2 minutes to go. Slot right, Amari Cooper inside of Michael Crabtree. Amari inside the numbers, Cooper outside. Carr in the gun, Murray to his left. Menelik is in, low snap again, handoff Murray straight ahead. He gets picked up and planted by K'Wan Short. Timeout, Ron Rivera.
Yeah, I mean, this is a place, Greg and Link, where you would like the center to, the quarterback to be able to get under the center, just for the variety of plays you can run like that.
Yeah, the gun runs do limit you a little bit, Link.
Yeah.
Rodney Hudson, like he did in Mexico City the other night, a lot of these snaps from center have been low, and Dimmock's playing with a bad right index finger, pinky finger.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that. I mean, there's been some that have been close to almost skipping back to him, which is awfully dangerous. But I agree with Coach. You wish you could go under center. And right now, what the Carolina Panthers are doing on defense is they're just shooting the gaps with their linebackers, and they are slanting with their defensive line. So they are trying to clog up every gap from end to end on that offensive line.
Raiders take out Clive Walford, the tight end, bring in Andre Holmes. A very good pass, run blocking receiver, but he's also a good target in the red zone here. And they're going to empty the backfield here. Carr's going in the gun, but Murray is not to his side. We'll see if they motion him. But right now he's outside the numbers left. They are going to motion him, and Davis does follow. So it's a man on the goal line. We'll see. Slot right. Holmes inside of Cooper. They fake the gun run. Derek looks left, throws back in the end zone, dropped. He had him in the baseline of the end zone. It was Andre Holmes who got free. And Derek threw it a little bit behind him on the coverage of the nickelback, Leonard Johnson. And that stops the clock without having to force Carolina to call a timeout. So it's 3rd down now, and Carolina has one more timeout to go, and we have 1:51 to play in the game. So now you want a touchdown. I mean, you did all the time, but you would have liked to have taken the game clock as far down as you can. But with that stoppage of play now, and Graham Gano has made a 59-yard field goal in his career. You want a touchdown here. 3 receivers go right. It's the Cinco formation. All the receivers eligible are up. 3 right, 2 left, 5 receivers. Derek back on 3rd down. Throws, and he missed Crabtree. Did he get bumped off his route? No flag.
No flag.
A.J. Klein, the middle linebacker, bumped him, Link, on that crossing route, and no flag.
Yeah, there was a lot of contact, and Carr threw that ball before Crabtree came back up. It looked like he might have slipped down, but Klein reached out and grabbed him, and there was no flag.
Did he slip, Tom, or did he get pulled?
It was hard for me to tell.
He got grabbed.
Yeah, he got grabbed.
Blatantly. How do
it
you
wasn't
miss
even
that?
a bump. It was a grab.
I mean, they have an official to see every eligible receiver defender combination on the field, Tom, and that was way out in the middle of the field in space. How do you miss that call?
Oh, my.
So Janikowski will kick the field goal for a 3-point lead. Kondo to King. Janikowski splits the uprights, and the Raiders take the lead at 35-32. You wanted the touchdown, especially when you threw on 2nd down.
Yeah.
So now you've given Cam Newton 1 minute and 45 seconds to come back. They have Graham Gano, who has a really strong leg. He has made a 59-yard field goal in his career. He doesn't know it. Or maybe he does with the advanced scouting in the world now, but he's going towards the opposite end of the black hole where the ball does travel better. At least Janikowski thinks so. So your defense is going to have to hold out here and win you a football game, which they have done. A lot of these 4th quarter comebacks, you had to have the defense make a play at the very end to win the game.
Yeah.
And it's the same situation today. Wow, what a roller coaster. 24-7 up at half, to down 25-24, to tied at 32, and now you take the lead back at 35-32. What a game. Now you were down 32-24. It was 25-24, then they were down 32-24. That missed the drop 2-point conversion by Greg Olsen. Looms is a big play in this game right now, as he was wide open and missed it. Janikowski will kick off. Fozzie Whitaker is back deep in the Carolina end zone along with Joe Webb. The quarterback / wide receiver, big-bodied guy. Janikowski will blast away. Carolina also has 1 timeout remaining, plus the 1:45 on the clock. Fozzie Whitaker lets that ball get into his shoulder pad. He dropped the ball, but he's able to cover it up and get the touchback anyway. So here comes Cam Newton. Carolina Panthers playoff hopes are flickering. They have won their NFC South 3 consecutive years, but Atlanta won today to go to 7-4. Tampa Bay won today to go to 6-5. New Orleans won today to get to 5-6. So Carolina's in last place at 4-6. If they lose today and fall 3 back of Atlanta with 5 to go, they're going to be in a world of hurt. So they've got to win. With DJ Hayden out with a hamstring injury on top of the Anderson injury and being inactive today, Antonio Hamilton is in the bullseye right now. He's got a cover here. They send Ted Ginn Jr. out on him. Wide right. Cam in the shotgun. From the 25, they'll start. They're down 3. Shotgun snap. Newton drops 15-yard line. Cocks and throws. It's caught by Greg Olsen out to their 45-yard line. That is zone coverage there. He got open on the in-cut. Malcolm Smith was there. Hamilton had to come over and make the tackle.
Yeah, too much time.
Too easy, Tom. 20-yard gain.
Too easy. Too much time. You got to put somebody in his face.
Carolina on their 45-yard line now. Shotgun snap to Cam Newton. Throws the outcut wide open as Devin Funchess on Sean Smith. He also stops the clock. 2 plays. They go from their 25 to the Raider 44-yard line easily. And 2 plays. And they're back up on the ball. We have 1:15 to play in the game. And their kicker, Graham Gano, is good. He's a good kicker with a strong leg. No wind. Newton in the shotgun now. Has Philly Brown left along with Devin Funchess. He sends right. Greg Olsen. Back to his side is Fozzie Whitaker. Cam back throwing a bomb, and he had Ginn Jr. down the sideline. And Ginn Jr. to stop running there. Looked like he had a hole in the... Sean Smith let him go. Cam just threw the ball out of bounds there, Tom. But Ted Ginn Jr. was let go there down the right sideline.
Well, they're playing in the zone, so they're going to bump this short guy, carry him so far, then let him go. So the deep safety or corner can pick him up.
There was a cover two, Link. Newton with a better throw. He would have had him on the sideline.
I think he was feeling a little bit of pressure around him. It looked like I couldn't see which one, but there was a Raider defender in the backfield.
Yeah, Kelvin Benjamin's back in now.
Kalik, that was Kalik.
Benjamin watched by Sean Smith. Three receivers go left. Newton out of the shotgun. Pressured out. Chased by Irvin. Newton throws it away. He got out wide enough of the tackle box to avoid the grounding link, but the bookend ends. The Slash brothers were all over him. Bruce Irvin and Khalil Mack forced Cam Newton to run for his life.
Boy, if there's ever a time you want to fill those ends presence, now is the time. You've got to get pressure. The secondary is depleted. You have to play zone, so it's going to be up to Irvin and Mack in his defensive front to get after Cam Newton right now.
By the way, the most famous Splash brother is here today, Steph Curry. The two-time NBA MVP is here. He's a big Charlotte resident sports fan of the Carolina Panther fan. Cam Newton will stay in town this week. He'll come watch the Warriors play on Thursday against the Rockets. Right now the Raiders trying to take him down, take down Superman. Timeout called from their sideline. Greg Olsen looked over to the sideline and Ron Rivera, and they called a timeout before this humongous 3rd down and 10 on the Raider 44-yard line with 1:05 to play.
There's two things here, Greg. Do you try to get the whole 10 and a first down, obviously? Or if it's not there, do you take something underneath and set up maybe a long field goal?
Or go for it on 4th down.
Or go for it on 4th down. Three things.
Depends how close you are. Again, you add 18 to wherever you spot you are. If they get to like the 35-yard line, the field goal would be 53 yards, and that's makeable. So we'll have to see on what the scenario is for Ron Rivera and these Panthers. Right now, I think the guy they're going to go at is Antonio Hamilton, the rookie free agent corner, forced to play with the injury to DJ Hayden.
Now they're going to go out. They're going some for Olsen, guys. Watch Olsen.
He's stacked behind the other tight end, Dixon. Cam looking left. Cam throws down the middle for Olsen. He dropped it. He had the ball on the Raider 20-yard line and dropped it. It was a little bit overthrown, Tom, but Olsen normally makes that catch. He dropped another one. 4th down now, and Rivera's got to go for it.
Very fortunate that was high because Olsen was open on the second level, guys.
Yeah, he ran a stack route right behind Dixon. He got behind Malcolm Smith. The linebacker level did not get deep enough, and Reggie Nelson did not come up enough. It was over the top, Tom, but I've seen Olsen make that catch. Here you go. 4th down. Raiders make a play here. They're 9-2. Cam Newton in the shotgun. Olsen is tight right. 3 receivers go left. Newton is back on 4th down. Time. Ball got stripped. The ball is free. The Raiders will take over on downs. The Raiders are 9-2. How did they win this one? What a game. Cam Newton goes down.
Well, just like we predicted, guys, you had to have a big play. And who better than Khalil Mack to take over and knock that ball out. Strip sack. To sort and secure the game.
Link. You want to win NFL Defensive Player of the Year? Do what Khalil has done today to Cam Newton. He came right around there, right tackle.
Who's really a right guard playing tackle due to injuries.
Went around him, Link. That power move back inside and strip sacked him the way Von Miller got Cam Newton in the Super Bowl in February here in the Bay Area.
Well, it was great alertness because they did have a back over there to help Chip, but Khalil beat him inside.
Victory formation. Derek Carr, he's in the shotgun. Why are they taking that out of the shotgun?
They're not taking the snap with that finger.
Oh, is that why? There you go. Maybe that's why you were talking about earlier, Tom, being under center to run the ball.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Because
of the finger,
because you have more options when you're under center, especially down there inside the 5-yard line.
That's going to be an issue here. That he's in that much pain that he's taking these snaps from the shotgun. They're taking the victory from the shotgun one more time, and the Raiders in a roller coaster of a game today, get out of here with a 35-32 victory. I can't remember them winning a game like this. Link, you talked about Monday how you can't recall them playing so badly for 3 quarters, exploding in the fourth quarter to win. What was the last time they won a game where they coughed up a lead like this? They were up 24-7 at halftime, lost it all. The sky was falling, and they're down 32-24. They come back and tie the game on the Wolford touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and then the field goal by Janikowski. Just an amazing afternoon of football. What a game. Up, down, all around.
And you know, the interesting thing is that not one body left this stadium.
Where would you leave?
They're all here still.
Yeah.
It'll take forever to get out of the parking lot.
The Raiders have not been 9-2 since the 2000 season. When John Gruden was the coach, they went all the way to the AFC Championship game. They wound up 12-4 that year. They got to 10-2 that year, and they are 9-2 for the first time since 2000.